What's up, everybody? I'm here alone for a few seconds. Veronica's using the bathroom. You are watching the end of the month, 350. It's still 350, I think, right? 30K guarantee. Stones Live tournament. Final table, 9 players left. And yeah, I'm not sure how long the intro is, but I didn't actually log into the chat yet. I forget what the password is. That's exciting. So tell me what's up. Give me 1 sec. I'm actually going to pull out my phone and get in the chat this way because I forgot to log into the computer. But yeah, so we've got 9 players left with, let's see, 150 total players today. So if you guys don't know, I'm sure most of you guys do know, the end of the month tournament every last Sunday is a $350 tournament with a 100K, no, 30K. What is the guarantee? 40K.
Are we live?
Yes.
No, we are not.
Welcome, Veronica. You guys know her.
Are we actually live?
Yes.
Welcome to Stones Live Poker, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Veronica Brill. Sorry, I was in the restroom and I didn't realize that we actually had gone live.
Boom. Surprise.
Surprise to me. With me is Brent Harrington, as you know. And we have the end of the month deep stack.
It's like 10K to first, by the way.
That's a nice first.
10,000 smackers.
And we're probably going to go down and introduce. I haven't even tweeted yet. This is how behind I am. You should take a picture of the table. I've been Snapchatting.
They look great, yes.
But I haven't tweeted. And there's food being sent to us.
Yeah. Anybody want some chicken fingers? I don't know if I can feed them through the camera. I realize I don't have the chat thing.
I'm gonna log into Twitch and let's introduce the final table.
I know I recognize some of these guys. Raising Cane.
Seat 1, Raising Cane. Sitting on. Do we have stack amounts?
He's got a big stack. He
probably is the chip leader here.
He's got the chip leader 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8,
the plaques
10,
are also
12.
in play. The plaques are 25K.
I would say he's got like. Well, there's 3 million chips in play, so he doesn't have 3 million.
Okay, so he's got 845,000.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And that's all relative, right? Because the big it's 5 and 10,000. C2 Mike J. Mike J is sitting on 300,000. What did we start off with? How many players? 150 players.
150 players. 9 left. 10K to first.
Seat 3, I'm raw.
I am raw. Is there an apostrophe in that one, or is it just
I am raw.
Like instant messenger raw.
268K. I hope it's instant messenger. I hope it's not something else. It sounds very dirty, and I like it. Seat 4, Tim W.
So there we go. There is an apostrophe confirmed. Tim W. Welcome. That's seat 5 next in the white hoodie. Heath. Just Heath. Not Heath W. Not Heath anything.
Heath actually talked to me before the stream, and he told me that he's a follower of our show on Twitch, and that's how he found Stone's Gambling Hall, and that's why he's here tonight.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool.
Do you get like a commission on that one?
I do, yes. I'm a millionaire.
Yeah.
Seat 6, HN. Very happy to be here. Thumbs up. Seat 7, Mr. Sean Drake. If you've been watching my snap, you probably have a preview of what's going to happen.
Did you spoil the stream?
I mean, I didn't mean to. I just was like, I was just snapping. Seat 8, Salas. 130K. And seat 9, Bill W. He's on 200,000, just over 200,000.
The Watchman.
Do we have headphones, boss?
I have this. I brought some. But you probably don't want these ones.
I don't even know what I want anymore in my life. Let's go to Stones Live Poker. We're live.
Oh, it's not here. So, all right. So, I think we have a dead small blind or a single big blind on the first hand, which is what's going down here. And in case you guys are confused,
I'm just gonna tweet right now.
Oh, the only person chatting. I have the chat up on my phone. I feel very like almost blind with that. So a single big blind, first hand of the final table. So Sean is the shortest stack right now. Sean Drake. who is, I believe, the last time I did this, he went from short stack to even chop or something like that. Top 3, so huge surprise. So obviously knows how to play short stack really well.
So Bill W, under the gun, +2. Reaching for chips, raising chips. It's 10K to call. That looks like, I think those lavender chips are 5K, the yellow are 10, right?
Yes.
Or did they change? I know they recently changed them.
Yeah, they're lavender or 5.
They're 5, yeah, okay.
I don't even know that we have 10s.
We do. Well, they're not in play, but yeah, we do
they
here.
Exist.
25K plaques, and the black ones are 1K. So Bill W puts in a race to 15K.
With a single big blind? It looks like he's going to take it down.
I think it's actually a race to 25 because you can't raise it to 15. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's a race to 25. So black 1K, lavender 5K, plaques are 25. Thank you, Mubot. Thank you. Suited Ace says, what is up? Welcome to the chat. Nice to see you.
Hey, Mubot, what's the password for the laptop? Just kidding.
Are you locked out?
No, I didn't actually. I didn't prep. That's what it is. What is that?
You know,
Proper
like,
planning.
we should have
prevents
prepped.
Piss poor presentation or something like that.
You paid attention in school.
That was like
One of us
a Navy
did.
thing. Anyway, yeah. The plaques are cool. I always like plaques. Makes me feel like it's Casino Royale.
Yeah. That's how we want to feel. And that's how you get chicks, man.
With plaques?
With plaques.
Which is weird because like you can't really get chicks with plaque, but you can get chicks with plaques. Nice.
It's important to understand the difference.
Yeah.
Now, you know, Raising Cane in seat 1, he's in a lot of final tables. If you've been paying attention, he makes a lot of final tables. He's a pretty competent poker player.
I guess he has an idea of what's going on.
I'm raw races to 25 here. I'm assuming that's a race because he didn't. Yeah, race to 25K.
Unless you're
In
just trying to
hijack.
be like the ballerest limp of all time, where you just
Yeah,
drop
the
the
ballerest
25K plaque. Boom, what's up?
Boom. And like not say a word
Yeah.
and then scare everyone. It's like actually a call because he didn't
Yeah,
say
and you're
anything.
like, I know it's a call. I did that on purpose.
Sean Drake with Pocket Kings. He announces
wow.
all in.
Yeah. Wow.
And
70K to call.
70K to call. It is so
240. So like
race to 50. I mean, for me, this is a fold. But it is Sean Drake, and Sean Drake's known to do this with like an ace 4,
he
ace
could be
3.
doing this with an ace.
You know, so.
4s might be a loose call because it's like 30.
But
like a third of his stack, right? Of his remaining stack.
yeah, but there's always this thing called gamble.
He's also raw.
He's also I'm raw.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. I'm hacking the system.
The crypto hacking. A suited aces said I drew Sean Drake, Chris Hinchcliffe, Ducky, and Lon McCarron at my first table today. Brutal. Oh boy. Emergem 24, what's up? Nice to see you in the chat. It is 70K to call for I'm raw. And he calls.
Oh wow. Now
And he doesn't like it. Sean Drake
Shows a
is
reluctant call.
dominating this. I'm raw is only 16%.
yeah. That is a big chip loss. Like
Ant Doom, what's up? I think the decision. I don't think it's what should. Well, it's not. I'm raw does not put himself at risk to be out of the tournament. You know,
Right.
It's Sean Drake that does.
but if he loses
Deuce on the
this hand,
turn.
it's pretty big chunk. I don't know.
I agree.
I mean, it's his tournament. Well,
Booyah!
I knew that was coming because of the Snapchat
Because of my
spoiler,
Snapchat.
yeah.
I apologize for the spoiler,
No,
guys,
it's
on
fine,
my
it's
Snapchat.
fine. The stamps must go on, I think. But that's unfortunate. I mean, that's fortunate for the rest of the players at the table, though.
So one thing about tournament poker is you have to get lucky in good spots.
Really?
Kind of like a good Saturday night.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Yeah. I mean, Sean Drake
very insightful.
needed to get lucky there. It is insightful. I mean, it's.
Well, he needed
it's
to
everything.
get not unlucky.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snapchat spoiler. You know what? I figure I've never actually learned this lesson, but I don't want to learn the lesson of getting between a woman and her Snapchat. So
Yeah, no. You don't get in
continue
between.
to snap as.
You do not get in between me and my Snapchat.
All right, we have the chat up on the computer now. Wow.
So we have lost Mr. Sean Drake, ladies and gentlemen, down to 9. We will. I think this is the hand where we're gonna have one big blind. Is this it? We were briefed
Oh,
on
I thought
this.
it was
yeah.
the very first hand of the whole thing. I thought, but we also do
I think
have on a single big one here.
Yeah,
as well.
I think they said the first hand after the bust out. And they're going to square the table, I believe. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm gonna take some round.
Balduin's Shad, what's up? Nice to see you. Yeah. Kings don't win in Sacramento.
Yeah, apparently.
Confirmed.
Yeah. All it takes is one time.
I'm Raw again. Under the gun +3 with a queen 10 suited and decides to just call. He's limping.
Let's see.
Blinds are currently 5,000, 10,000 with a $1,000 ante. So $16,000 in the middle before you even call.
Yeah, there is a single big money. The 70s.
And king high flop. I would have liked I'm Raw to have raised here 2.5x ish, you know, and then he limped, and then he could then c-bet this, right?
Well, I think you can probably see, well, yeah, I guess it's not really c-bet if you didn't raise pre.
But I'm saying that's what.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, for sure. I 100%.
That's what I would have. I mean, if you're gonna play,
and that's
because
like
then he could have won pre-flop anyway because Salas would have folded.
I mean,
And 9 on the river, and he makes a diamond.
in this particular case, I think you can totally bet the turn when somebody checks to you twice. I might have even considered betting the flop. He's never going to get paid on the turn or the river with this particular hand, but I see no reason why you can't bet the turn. I guess you can check back for a free...
You might get, I mean, he doesn't have a king. Maybe you'll get an 8 to call. I don't know. Is there any value on the turn? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those weird things. I guess it worked out fine. So far, Imra is just doing his thing, and it's working.
Yeah. Great name, I'm Raw.
Yeah. Check out Mike
baby,
J's
I like it
shirt.
raw.
You don't always need a plan,
Ooh, baby,
bro.
I like it raw.
Sometimes you just need balls.
Yeah.
I like how it has the bro part in there. Like, you would expect a t-shirt to not throw in just a random bro. But that's part of the t-shirt's charm.
Yes. I enjoy charm.
You also like suited connectors or one-gappers in the situation of Queen 10 of diamonds. It's a good-looking hand.
It looks prettier than it is. Like, you don't want the lights to come on and when the nightclub's over, right? You don't want to bring her home to mom and dad.
Well, you can't be limping Queen 10.
She's fun to dance with and have a few drinks with, but she's not a long-term prospect.
She's not 2 black aces.
She is not 2 black aces. So Tim's sitting there with the girls he wants to take home to mom and dad. Raises to 20K with pocket aces. Now Heath, in the hijack, looking at Tim's stack, wondering if ace-6, you know, if Tim's raise, which is a 2x raise, looks maybe a little weak, and maybe Heath's going to 3-bet this, maybe isolate. Little does he know, there's probably, if he 3-bets, 100% there's a 4-bet coming.
Right, yes. Tim is shoving.
Because I'm a psychic.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Since the last time we've done this, you've gained some skills.
Yeah, so
like some psychic skills.
So Heath, I think, maybe looking to isolate or trying to win this outright with an ace-6 of hearts. He's in position. Why not?
So like 60, which is half of Tim's remaining stack, roughly. Which I guess isn't a bad strategy if you want to try to get somebody to play their hand against you. But ace-6 suited is just okay.
Excuse me.
Tim goes all in, and Heath's intention.
He got caught.
Yeah. Well, Heath snap called. I think Heath's plan the entire time was to try to get Tim to shove the rest of the stack over him or fold. Still alive, I guess.
I'm gonna buy you some new chicken fingers because I think I sneezed on your food. Like, I didn't even notice your food was there. I turned around like, oh shoot.
They're slightly seasoned.
Ooh, hearts. It's always a sweat. Hearts on the flop.
How about like a 4? Nope.
Oh!
Zero sweat.
Just banks it on the turn.
He
And
can't help it.
Goes to shake his hand and the guy said no. No.
Yeah, it's hard not to be a little like sour in a spot like that. A little
Yeah.
sour. I mean, I think everybody will. What's that?
What do we all want the best hand to win? What kind of poker game would this be?
Yeah.
Sean415 said bless you, gross.
Yeah. Does anybody want some chicken fingers? I'm
Yeah.
sure you have like a Snapchat fan
I
out
did
there
not.
that's like, wait a minute, or we could sell them. Like, you remember the eBay where they're like selling people's hair and stuff?
Or Jesus' face. No, I actually
Oh.
saw like someone selling their armpit hair on eBay. And like it said great
Who's
for...
that? Just a famous person or a random?
No, I think it was like a random person.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Or was it like on a talk show, like great for doll's hair or some crap like that? Like just randomly your armpit
What if
hair.
that was your living? You just like pull
Your
your
what?
armpit hair and use it to make doll's hair. That sounds really weird.
That does sound weird.
Is it busy tonight? Yeah, it's a bit busy. What is that, like 6, 7, 8 tables live?
Kevin John 916 says, "Is it busy tonight?" Actually, it's fairly busy. There
Yeah, not bad for a Sunday night at 10
probably,
o'clock.
yeah. I mean, there are probably like 9 games running. There's a Omaha 8 running. There's a bunch of No Limit. There's no PLO, I don't think, tonight.
There is, as always, 3-6 limit hold'em.
Yeah, no thanks.
No? Not a fan?
I mean, I'm a fan of Limit Hold'em, but not the 3-6 type.
Right.
I don't want to like basically pay the rink. That's all you're doing.
Fair enough.
Good to see you, says Brilled Chicken Fingers. What's
Maybe we have
Yeah.
an interested buyer. How much are those worth to you?
proper 3-bet? What is up? I haven't seen you in a long time. So HN raises and Raising King calls. Flop is ace high. HN picks up the lead and continues. He does have position on Raising King. Kevin J 916 debating, haha. Emergence 24 cheap stakes on that 08. Yeah, it's a 4-8. We did have a 6-12 running, it broke. I will be having another 8-16 running on Veronica and Friends this month. If anyone's interested in watching. That was a fun game.
Do I have to get invited to that game? Can I play 8-16 on
I'm gonna think about it. I'll put you on my waiting
Fair enough,
list.
yeah.
I'm already actually full.
Oh,
I'm
I'm not
full and it's not
surprised.
even December yet.
That's a sick brag, by the way.
That
You're like, I
is.
have 8 friends.
Oh no! You want to hear a sick brag?
Yes.
Jonathan Little
It's coming?
contacted me and told me he's going to be in Veronica and Friends. I'm not going to say when, but it's pretty soon.
Ooh. That is a sick brag.
It
That
is
was a good
sick
one.
brag. That is
nice
a good sick
yeah.
brag.
I'm
Name
a
drop.
fan of that brag. Approved.
Balden's doing shots. Said shout out to Sasha for getting 3rd today in WPT Deep Stacks. Right? Sasha's like one of our local grinders. Got 3rd today. He's been running deep in a lot of big tournaments. Final tabling like 2 big tournaments in a row. Pretty impressed with him.
Good job, Sasha. I definitely have hosted at least one stream with him on there, but I think it was a cash game, not a tournament.
Sasha's played on Veronica and Friends a couple times.
Yeah.
But when he plays on Veronica and Friends, he's Slasha. Slasha. Had a few
Does
drinks.
everybody need a nickname?
Yes.
Oh, that's you know
This is
what was
what I
neat?
do.
The one Veronica and Friends that was all girls. Casey was on the last cash game,
Yeah.
and a lot of the Twitch chats big fans
Loves
of
Casey. Yeah. I mean, Casey's a gorgeous girl. Heath raises to 26K with an ace-3 suit, and he's like, well, it worked before. It's going to work again. Raising King sitting in the small
Little
blind
Miss
with
Heath now.
ace-king. I think a raise is in order. Yep. Looks like 3 plaques. He's going to 75Ks. 3 betting, 3 Xing.
Yeah, which I think is a reasonable
80K.
size 3 bet.
No, I agree. I kind of, in the small blind, would pump it up a little more to include like the blinds as well, and 3x all the blinds together.
Oh,
I like to.
But a big 3 bet.
I probably would do like a 4.5
Okay.
size.
At least 3 minimum.
Yeah.
3 is the minimum.
Yeah.
For 3 bet. That's why they call it a 3 bet.
No, please don't.
That's not why they call it a 3 bet.
Who else is in the chat? Proper 3 bet. I haven't seen Proper 3 bet. Are you still in Phoenix? Proper 3 bet.
Wow, Veronica knows where you live.
So Proper 3 bet was probably in the very first Veronica and Friends show.
Oh, okay.
Because the first one we ever did was all the Twitch chat came out, and like people literally flew out to be in the game. And Proper 3 bet came from Phoenix.
That's another good sick brag.
Yeah.
That's another sick brag.
And it was like the best night ever. We all met here like 3. I bought everyone dinner. We all had drinks, and Mastasy, well, Mustak, how I call him. He brought us all wine from Napa. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I hit Proper 3 bet said Las Vegas now. Wow.
Las
A little bit of a move from Phoenix, huh? Blinds are 5,000, 10,000 with a 1,000 ante. You can see the antes in the middle. And Heath is on a roll tonight, Jack 10, and decided
The
to...
two-handed
pump.
raise.
The double pump.
I don't know if that's like get these away from me or I'm really enjoying
You can all
myself.
have them?
Yeah.
And Mike looking at 10 deuce, not gonna call.
Yes.
I'm Roz, got pocket 6s. Says yes. Pocket pairs are good to me, baby.
I'm Ross feels like a player who would probably defend a fairly wide range in his big blind.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I actually really like that.
I think it's totally reasonable.
Jack in the flop, so he does take a bit of it, and he gets checked too. I think a C bet, especially heads up, is a good option.
I expect Raw to fold this.
Yeah. And that flop definitely hits Heath's pre-flop range more than it does Raw's.
Yeah, Ace Jack, Rando.
Yeah.
Not a fun flop when you're defending from the big blind with 6s.
Proper 3 bet said if you do another Veronica and Friends in March or April, I'd be happy to come out again. Sure. We could book you.
Book it. Well, I don't know.
I'm pretty packed full until March. No, yeah, until March. I am, no kidding.
This
No
is,
kidding.
This is like sick brag territory
Sick-
all day long.
I'm
Yeah,
telling-
pretty much booked.
The game
Was it all the
is
same
good.
friends or
No, I've got new
24
friends.
different
When
friends?
people hear Jonathan Little, they start calling me.
So it's Jonathan and friends.
No, it's
That night.
Veronica, and Jonathan's one of Veronica's friends.
Okay.
We are also going to be sharing a bottle of Cabernet.
A single bottle?
Mabes more.
Yeah. Mabes. Mabes. Probs.
Probs. We'll go with probs more than Mabes.
Yeah. Probs and babes.
Lots of aces going around. Aces do win here,
Hello, Bill.
occasionally.
Hello, Watchman.
Bill and the hijack with pocket aces. They look delicious.
I will say that Bill, every time I've seen him, always wears that Yankees. Maybe it's not the same Yankees.
Does he know he's in California?
Yeah, but you know, I think he strikes me as a guy who was probably born in New York, and it's kind of maybe stuck with him.
Yeah, those things happen. Bill races 25 with a plaque. Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Boom.
I'm Raw. Not gonna defend. I like it. I mean, I like
from
this
the
guy's.
small blind.
Yeah, he's in the small blind with a crap hand. Some people defend out of the small blind. I think it's a big mistake to defend too much in the small blind.
It's probably a big mistake to play a lot of hands in the small blind.
Yeah, no, I agree, yeah. Or a big mistake is just limping with a strong hand and not
yeah.
three-betting or raising. So
I would say, if you had to pick a spot where it's most important to 3-bet, if you're going to play?
It is the small blind, yeah.
Seems like a pretty easy...
Yeah, well, read any poker book from like 2006, 2009, and then you'll ruin your life. And then you'll
Just
play
from
more.
reading that? Oh, okay.
Those books were so bad.
I
It
think I
ruined
read
my
that.
poker game.
Really?
Yeah.
When
like,
did you read the books? You read them
during
recently?
that time. No.
Oh, no. Okay.
No.
When they came out. Okay.
Recently, I started like discussing hands with people that actually know how to play.
Oh, really? Like
Emergent.
Jonathan Little?
Yeah. Free lessons for the blonde.
That's probably the
Emergent
best.
24 says absolutely small blind is the worst to play well. Or hardest, rather. Yeah, it is the hardest to play well. I think people get really timid out of position there. You gotta jam it up, man. Like, pump that jam like it's the 90s. Pump your jam. Pump it up.
Uh-oh, favorite poker book?
Blinds did go up 6,000, 12,000, 2,000, Annie. Raising Cane raises it up to 25K. I'm raw on the button. No defending. It's not a pocket pair.
Ooh, this is a nice defend hand. Pretty easy to defend. It could, in theory, be a 3-bet from the big blind.
A stack of 120,000 is now 10 big blinds, ladies and gentlemen. Now you can. Sean 415. What's your favorite poker book? Veronica, what's your favorite poker book?
So many. Is it by Jonathan Little? Your good friend, Jonathan Little?
I actually do have in my Kindle a book by Jonathan Little, Small Stakes Poker, which is pretty good. I really like his podcast. I like how he does Share My Parents stuff. King on the Turn.
Well, and Kane actually bet the flop and got some action.
So Sean 415, honestly, in my humble opinion, I really think the best way to get better at poker is to like seek out really good poker players that have a logical way of thinking, not thinking that things are based on luck and ask for a new setup, but like are actually good at poker and run hands by them. And I think it's worthwhile. Yeah, I think it's worthwhile to pay for some coaching from like really good players, from proper players, not like some local guy in the card room that you think is crushing at 2-5, and like he has pagan gods that he worships at night because he thinks that's helping.
And he always wears the same underwear.
Yeah.
No, don't get lessons from that guy. That was interesting. So Kane checked back the turn, and HN actually bluffed the river a little bit, and he was never going to call a raise, but Raising Kane did raise. I
like that. You know, I think most people are not capable of bluff raising river. I talk about it all the time, but it's so true. I talked about it last night. I'm gonna name drop with Andrew Barber.
Whoa!
Yeah, and we were talking about
Veronica's become like Phil Hellmuth with the name.
It's a humble brag. It's a humble brag.
No, it's
when you have friends that have World Series of Poker bracelets, you humble brag about it.
Yeah.
It's not like I did it.
You're proud of them.
It's not like I did it. I'm a fish, man.
And you're data mining them for.
I am data mining them. We actually, Andrew and I discussed like a really cool hand. Maybe you and I can talk about it later. Really cool. And when we finally broke it down, it was like 15 minutes of breakdown. After he broke it down with me, I was not thinking that way. So, I mean, it's incredibly important to surround yourself with people. Like, I used to have a group of friends that were just degenerate gamblers.
Yeah,
and then
those aren't good friends.
That's what I did. And I'm
So save that for the break. So stay tuned for the break. You can tell me about the hand.
Sup, Chuck? Why is a fish giving advice? Because they're paying me to. If you want to come in the booth, we'll let you give advice.
Technically, her advice was to go find smart people.
Yeah.
I think anybody could give that advice. Just do what she does.
That's
and what she says.
Good advice.
Yeah, I agree.
Go find smart. If you're like in the field of physics, go like find smart physicists to learn from and do research. Salas is all in, ladies and gentlemen, in the big blind with an ace-10. I like it. He's only got 151K, so just over 10 bigs.
Yeah, like 11 or
11 bigs.
Ish. Picks up a few. Not bad. Great shove.
Proper 3 bets. It's a beautiful rainbow fish.
Aw. Aw. Can I aw for you? You don't even need to aw anymore.
Aw.
I think.
So Sean, 415 and a long story. I don't have a favorite poker book.
Wow, yeah, we're back to that.
If you're just joining us, we are live streaming our final table, our monthly deep stack that happens on the last Sunday of every month. Oh my God, rent and mortgage is due in a few days, people. I hope you didn't gamble your money away.
Unlimited rebuys.
Unlimited rebuys
for the first 6 levels.
Can I borrow $2,000?
Wow, that many rebuys?
I need to pay my
Wow.
mortgage.
Is that the term? I'm not a fan of the term because people use it all the time, but emptying the clip, is that what you did in this tournament today?
No, I didn't play in this
Oh,
tournament.
okay. Sounds like a good call if you're asking for 6 bullets before you go.
I actually am going to play this tournament next month.
Oh, cool. This is a great tournament.
This is probably
the Saturday tournament's pretty good, but
yeah, I love this one. I do. It's my favorite. For like a monthly tournament, this is it.
Yeah.
Best structure, I think. So Salas calls 6K to complete, and Bill H raises to 37K. Blind versus blind. Bill notices weakness. Salas doesn't have that many chips behind.
It'd be a really neat shove.
It would be a great shove.
I don't know that I think you kind of have to fold, which is probably why you could maybe shove this hand from the small blind with 12
That's what I'm
bigs.
saying, like defending the small blind is, I don't even think, a great idea. I think you should just, you shove there?
Prefer over limping.
Not to the raise, but I'm saying before you.
No. Just, you can.
I think in the small blind,
Maybe like
I
9-8
jam
suited, 12 bigs might be too big of a shove. The limp fold's not bad, but I think he has to be able to limp shove a hand like 10-9, 9-10 suited.
So how many big blinds do you need to shove there in the small blind with the 9-8 suited?
Maybe 10 or below.
Okay.
I think a shove.
Do you have like a absolute like hard line? Because I feel like 11's almost there.
It's probably close. I imagine if you are at 10 bigs and you ask snap shove what to do in the small blind with 9-8 suited, I think that might be a shove.
Yeah, that I would assume that is a shove.
And you're ahead. You're
there.
shoving like 70% of the hands you get in the small blind.
Yes.
So
if everything is folded to you in that.
Yeah, exactly. You're not 3-bet shoving. This is the open.
Perfect scenario for a shove. Like I think he missed opportunity there.
Yeah, I mean, limping sucks, and because if you
of
raise,
that.
yeah, you can't.
We just saw why limping
4-bet
sucks.
shove.
Yeah.
You could call, but then you're out of position. So it's like, if you have enough chips to play with, and you want to establish some kind of rapport with the guy in your big blind, I kind of don't hate limping all of my small blinds if it's folded to me. But that's if there's play. Now
if you have chips and you're not, so that's an exploitive play. That's what Salas did.
He's short stacked, yeah.
He got exploited.
Unless he's willing to, I mean, he can't really shove there and get a fold. So that's part of the reason why the 9-8 isn't great, because if you're limp shoving, you're gonna get called by literally everything is gonna do that.
So tell me when you're doing your next Poker News stuff. Reporting.
We have an interview set up Monday for Gris. I don't, Jordan something. I don't know his last name.
What is he? What kind of pro is he?
He's a one of the like YouTube coaching type guys.
Oh, cool. Okay.
He's good. I met him before.
Does he have his own site, or does he work for someone else?
Yeah, it's called Gris.
Okay.
GRISPED. I think we're a base win poker. No, like 7K. I play mixed games, and I don't really play a ton of poker, so I mean, like, whatever. I play some, but I never play for anything really big. I played a handful of 1Ks. I will play like a 1K no limit single draw at some point in my life.
Oh, you know, so when I was talking to Andrew today, I was telling him how I'm gonna put on my calendar some 08 tournaments at the series upcoming series. And he talked to me about the 08 stud 8 mixed. It's a limit.
Yeah, it's at 2,500 buy.
So I'm actually, I think I'm going to try to prep for that with some stud 8. I'm going to talk to him. Yeah, I'm going to talk to him about that. I mean, I have played stud 8, but it's not like something that's spread anywhere. And
it's hard to get.
Yeah. Or I'm sure they might have some cash stud during the series that I could play before.
In a mix, yeah. In a mix at the Rio, you'll be able to find it. You're not going to find a straight stud game. You might find an OE game though.
You know, you might find a stud game at the Golden Nugget during the series. You might find a stud game.
I don't know about cash, but they play tournaments. Well, you can play like a 250 stud 8 tournament to prep, or like a 08. Yeah.
Yeah. So
sure.
I'll probably do that, and then I'll go add that to my repertoire.
They're fun. I play all those like Golden Nugget tournaments during the summer.
Mixed games, mixed limit games, especially, I think are like a little reach here. So Raising Cane bets 50. Mike goes over the top.
That is okay. Wow. Like Mike was running a bluff the entire time, and raised over. Wow. That is nuts.
You don't always need a plan, bro. Sometimes you just
No.
need balls.
I say nuts. I don't even necessarily mean nuts.
I'm just saying
like
he's
bad.
living his shirt.
Yeah, balls. Damn. Oh, right. Good job. I thought you just came up with it at the top of your head. I forgot about the shirt for a second. Actually, really great move there by.
Emergem24 said love stud 8 and Raz, but agree hard to find live. Don't love Raz. I don't love it. I mean, maybe I don't love it because I don't play it, and the few times that I have, just it's
you play
kind
enough
of
stud 8, you might start liking it.
Yeah. I might. It's just, you're out of your comfort zone. Blinds are 6,000, 12,000 for another 30 minutes.
Oh, love it because.
And it's true, like the mixed games, people are playing it really bad.
There are the most fun games, but that's also why I played one WSOP bracelet event, and it was the stud high-low event. I made day 2,
oh, cool.
and then I busted when or somebody I played a really big hand. Somebody made a straight. I was very annoyed. Other than that, it was great.
Yeah.
Great time. Fantastic. It's actually really fun. I'm friends with a couple people that were at that table because we had the best time for that entire day 1.
That's awesome. So, Queen 9 on the button. Raising Cane raises it to 28. Everybody else is folded. I like this.
Yeah.
Mike is going to defend the small blind. How do you feel here with this defending?
I mean, Mike looks like he really wants. Wow. He really wants to play a hand. I think he's.
I'm raw goes all in here, and this is the problem with defending the small blind. I don't know. I'm really tight in the small blind.
I don't think anyone would begrudge you folding that. Yeah.
Especially to a raise on the button. I mean, even though you might be crushing the button's raise because it's much
he
wider.
He is the big stack. And
You might be crushing his range, but still Jack 10 doesn't play well post flop a lot of times.
I mean, you don't hate it, but you'd rather have Jack 10 in position than out of position, for sure.
On the button, I like to raise it, but in the small blind, I don't like defending with it.
I think one of the things that's fun about it is he's showing Raising Cane pretty much that he's not gonna just let him walk over him.
Yeah.
And that's great. He's got a good enough stack. Let's see, he started with 300K.
So you do a lot of poker reporting and you do a lot of tournament reporting. Do you find that in these small spots, especially with the blinds being so high relative to your stack, these small spots are leaks in the game? Like defending with a Jack 10 in the small blind to a raise with the big blind still in front of you to act, it seems like kind of a leak, right?
Yeah, well, you're volunteering yourself to play the small blind. You're volunteering to play a hand out of position against a guy who has you covered twice over. Yeah.
And I still think probably covering probably beating your range. Maybe not because you're assuming the button has a wider range, but
sure, you can open a lot of buttons that Jack 10 plays fine against, but again,
you're still out of position.
And you're playing against the big stack. So I see raising against the big stack if you think he's raising light, because you might be able to pick up some chips that way. So
that's my next point. I think a 4-bet would have, or 3-bet, a 3-bet.
In that particular case, he would have been really screwed because he would have lost even more money.
But I think that would have been an optimal play, either folding or 3-betting there. Do you think? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Just tell me.
No, I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't be able to tell you if you were wrong or not. I think you're right.
Jack high flop, Jack 10 8, kind of a wet board, especially since under the gun was the razor that Yeah.
I think he's going to have a real hard time doing anything here. But he is a second in chips. So he didn't really decide
It's
to
a
get two.
really wet board that connects well with a pre-flop raiser.
I think maybe, I'm not really sure what Heath needs to hit. You need to hit cards closer to the 6 and the 4. And maybe a few more hearts. What would a whore bet be?
I thought she said a whoreby.
A whore bet.
A whore bet. I don't know, like a whore would probably bet at all. I don't know.
I guess the whore would at the end
I don't
of
know,
it.
you're a whore, you tell us.
At the end of it, the whore would have all the money.
That is true.
So,
but how much money he put it in?
a bet that gets called all the time. Let's get the chat involved. What do you think a whore bet would be? That's a pretty good definition though.
This is like the extremely lowbrow version of Stone's Live Poker.
Whoa.
Salas is all in, tired of the spankings, looks miserable while he's doing it. You're at a final table, you've got money in your pocket. Stop looking miserable. Poker players are notorious for looking miserable. I like Tim, he's smiling. I'm Roz, smiling too.
Yeah, I'm right having a good time. Oh, I think Heath is going to give him some action.
Or I should say Heath, pardon me.
As we say.
We lost Tim, right? Tim had kings. No, aces.
Yes, Tim did get aces correct. After you said aces win. Right?
Sometimes.
I mean, but yeah, nothing happens all the time.
Not. Well, gravity happens all the time.
Okay, yeah, that's true. I mean, but not in every place. So technically not all the time.
Why doesn't it happen in every place? If there are
There's
two
like
objects
zero gravity?
around.
Like in space?
Yeah, but there's still gravitational pull between objects. 9 high flop. Rainbow board.
Oh, wow. It was a race?
Salas hits a bank here. 9 on the turn pretty much ends this.
Yeah. Well, he didn't really need any help. He just needed to not get an ace or a queen, but at least it makes him feel pretty great. DYS1313, I did not see Lex win 55K on Twitch. I did see the tweet, and I heard about it. It's pretty awesome. What's Twitch? It's like AOL. Yes, it is similar to AOL, for sure. It's, yeah. I mean, Lex Veldhouse is one of the poker Twitch poker guys to watch.
Laffy Taffy.
That's been there for a few years.
But
you should look at
what's a
the
song
joke?
about Laffy Taffy?
I'm unfamiliar with the song.
Do you guys know about Laffy Taffy? I'm not making any money off of.
Are you
doing a Laffy
product
Taffy
placing right now?
product
You'd be like, oh, I've had a really rough day. I could use some
I'm just
taffy.
scared that this is California. There might be like.
It's like weed taffy?
It's weed taffy. I don't want to eat it.
It's the real Laffy Taffy?
Biff Stevenson says, how much was the buy-in? I believe it was like $350.
Is it 300 now? Or
Or
it
$425?
It's definitely not 425.
$350. It's $350.
Boom. That was a taffy drop. 350. I feel like did it get reduced? Or am I thinking of a different term? From 350
I
to
think
300?
it got reduced from 400. I thought it went up for a little while, then it got reduced again. $300.
300, yeah.
Okay.
I think it was 350, and it got changed. It was 350 with a 40K, and I think it got changed to 300 with a 30K, I believe.
Bill's under the gun with a pocket pair. Emergence said, oh, I feel like they must have raised it then. No, like, I think it was 250, then it went up. I think it capped out at like 400 at one time, or 375 or 350, and then now it's back down to 300.
A much more, it's way easier for you to put your 6 bullets in now that it's 300 instead of 350.
Yeah. I had some chamomile tea before the stream. I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep.
Yeah? Don't fall asleep. Here, have some Laffy Taffy.
And trip out.
What's the joke?
Heath from the button calls.
What did one penny say to the other? let's get together and make some sense.
That's actually kind of cute. Salas with a Jack 10 in the big blind.
Ooh. Bill really wants to get all of Salas's chips.
Okay. If you've been playing with Bill,
I think you have to call there. Actually,
if you've been playing with Bill
maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. But once Heath calls, you're getting a lot of.
There's the 5 in the window.
The prices to call. Kubai, it's a $300 end of the month or last Sunday tournament. Stones Live, 30K guarantee. It's going to be 10.5. I think it's like 10.4 and change to first place. There are 7 players remaining.
I feel like Subchick does stand up at a local like dive bar.
I haven't seen very many emotes in the chat either. Subchick is all up in the emotes.
Subchick is all up in our chili. Like, you are the meat in my taco, baby.
The last 2 streams, there's been like somebody who's continually asking very like inquisitive questions about like the buy-ins I play, all this like, and then about just like, you know,
what size
my emotional
of pants you wear.
Feeling. Yeah, sure, whatever. All kinds of questions. So many questions.
Look, just give them your phone number. You know,
yeah, it's all good.
I'm not interested in hearing all those things tonight. I'm just here for poker.
Yeah.
And to solve a crime.
I think
in my
guys like Bill think they are
in my detective jacket, as you called it.
Yes. We're gonna go solve some crimes after this. We're gonna grab the Hardy Boys.
Where's my
and, Nancy
microscope?
Drew and solve a
Inspector
mystery.
Gadget.
Yes. Guys like Bill think they are the greatest players. You know, Bill is a reasonably successful like Sacramento tournament grind. I see that guy playing all the tournaments. He has won or gone deep in at least a couple of the WSOP circuit events, or the last circuit event that came. I think.
Raising Cane under the gun. It is. What is it now? Are we 7-handed? I mean,
7-handed. You're the big stack. I think you can raise that.
Yeah.
I think that's a reasonable.
I'm open
raise.
to it.
Plus, there's a lot of shorties that don't want to like do anything.
Yeah.
You know, at this point, 7th is 1,200 guaranteed. First is 10K. So
I think Bill W is going to defend here.
Yeah, this is for sure a defend. What's interesting is Bill's been pretty aggro. He looks like he's considering raising, or he's already called and they're just waiting for the flop. I'm not really sure.
The thing is, I worry about in the big blind when you get raised under the gun. Their range is for me. I would assume their range should be a little better than an Ace-9 off. I would assume like some sort of Ace-Jack, Ace-10, maybe Ace-10 suited.
I do.
And I like the fold there. I like the fold there. Just because their range is crushing you.
Yeah, I do think. Yeah, I don't know. I think you can defend it. It depends, because we just heard someone say that Bill thinks he's the best player. And, if you really think you're better than the people you're playing against,
it's not always better. It's
wide.
like, is your hand better than their range? Like, what kind of, you know, and also, is it a leak to be calling to be defending at like a 7-9 suited on a regular basis? Is it like negative EV in the long run?
Probably depends on the player. I think a lot of the like. I would imagine that in that same spot, Jonathan Little would defend with 9-7. I don't know. I don't see how big the raise was, but
he's a big defender. Actually, yeah. That's true. That is true.
There's a lot of hands you can defend from the big blind. Even if you miss the flop completely and fold, it's probably still not a bad
question.
to defend there.
When the blinds are this high relative to your stack,
well, then
what is considered a link or a leak, and what is considered, you know, GTO, right? That's always like, it's your choices are so different with a small stack than with a large stack, and it's always like relative to your opponent's stack. Like your stack's only as big as the smallest stack.
Well, Bill's been pretty aggressive with the other players, but I think he's thinking he doesn't really want to mess with the big stacks to his left.
Sean 415 says that should be a defend. That hand flops pretty well.
Yeah, I think 9-7. You know, probably not totally bad to fold it and just save your chips, I guess. Especially if you feel like you want to play a hand against the big stack at some point. You want to have more chips. Plus, you've got so many people. Well, Bill's got 270K, which is what's the blinds? 12K. So he's only got like 22 bigs. Maybe he wants to keep that 20 big shove stack, like 3-bet shoving stack, pretty hefty. Not sure.
So blinds are 6,000, 12,000 for another 15 minutes. Ante is 2,000. Love me a good ante. I really won't play tournaments anymore without an ante. Are you kidding me? Says I prefer a 3-bet rather than a defend. I'll go with that.
I don't know. With 22 bigs,
but,
I think you're not really.
And that's valid. I mean, I think it depends on the situation. Like if you know the player, you know their tendencies. I don't mind the defend, and I don't mind the 3-bet. Actually, if it's a passive player, like if it's like Salas, I'm 3-betting.
I'm gonna go back. I don't really know. I don't remember what his open size was, but against like a 2.5x open, I think 9-7 is a defend, preferred. I think that is the case. But I guess it depends on how comfortable you are playing post flop, out of position, and that's why someone like Jonathan would probably be very comfortable.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas if you try to force yourself to defend every big line, which I know I've run into this problem before. You defend the big line because you think you're supposed to, and then you don't really know what to do later.
So Heath raises to 30K. Bill W on the button calls. Blinds fold. Pardon me. Ace 8, 6, 2 clubs. Heath does have a backdoor club draw, if you're going to be optimistic, and is ahead here. Ace. So does an ace scare you on this board? I think like Bill W, if he had a decent ace, I think he may have 3-bet. Since he's such a strong tournament player, I think he 3-bets in late position with some sort of ace 10, ace queen. Like, I wouldn't put him on an ace here. I think the c-bet is nice.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a safe c-bet. You can also check call if you don't think he potentially has any.
Wow.
It would be sick right here if Heath actually picks this up. But
Heath bets 37K and gets raised by Bill. Wow.
It's a weird thing. I mean, Heath isn't going to call because you get beat by a lot of like suited kind of. I don't know. Like what are you calling in position? Maybe like a weak ace, like an ace 2 suited kind of thing that Bill didn't want to raise pre. It seems like a strange raise, but you're not really going to. I don't know. I don't know how many people are going to continue with 5s in that spot.
I think most of the time, Heath's bet is going to be fine. It's going to work.
Yeah.
Heath, right?
Yes.
Heath?
Yes. Yeah, you know.
I think most of the time it's going to work, but I think like Bill is a savage. It is a very odd raise there.
Yeah, I would say that raising there in Bill's spot is probably, well, it's definitely better than just calling, but yeah.
What a savage, though.
Yeah, that was pretty, I don't know if I like the raise. I'm sure there's probably better players in the chat that are going to correct me, but I'm not sure I like that raise. It seems like a weird thing where he's in a spot where he can defend 9-7, but you'd rather put in 100K on a pure bluff with like no backdoor equity or anything just because you can. I don't know. I don't know if I like it. I think the key is that he has like really no way of winning the hand if he gets called.
He's not exploitable. Yeah. How's that?
I don't know. If he gets called there, he loses the entire tournament. And there's like he has no hope. I mean, unless they're like running kings. Like if you're getting called on that
I feel like we're talking about like communism or Russia in the 90s. Like there's no hope.
There's no hope.
There's no hope.
You know what? I'm really excited that the 80s existed and the Cold War existed because it allowed us to have a show like The Americans, which is a good show.
You know, I got through season 1. I just haven't been able to get through the rest, and I'm really you know what, I've just realized at this moment I'm so finicky. Like I hate everything. Whoa, no way, right?
Get out of town.
I really hate everything. I've just realized
hate everything except for like math and science.
No, I mean, so math is a hard subject. applied statistics is an easy portion of math. I am not a full-fledged mathematician.
Oh, okay.
And running data is so easy nowadays. Like really, you have Tableau, ladies and gentlemen. You have no excuse to be an analyst, to not be an analyst.
It starts at 10 a.m., Sean. 6 levels of late reg. So I think that puts it at like 2-ish.
Yeah. So
30-minute
I
levels?
think there were 30-minute levels, and then did they go up to 40 minutes at a certain time? Are they not 40
Maybe
minutes?
final 10. I don't actually know that off the top of my head. Mubot, save us. Yeah, it starts at 10. I think it's 30-minute levels the whole way. Oh, 40 minutes all day. Wow. Okay, so last Sunday was 40 minutes all day. I believe the weekly Saturday tournament is 30 minutes all day.
You can tell we didn't play this today.
Yeah.
I was like doing real stuff. At 10 a.m. I was still in bed.
Real stuff. Poker
At
tournaments are real
11:30,
stuff.
I was eating ramen.
Ooh.
At noon, no, so I would say like 1. I was drinking really nice coffee downtown.
Oh, really?
And then I made meatballs today with like a nice Sunday dinner with like mini apple pies from scratch, because that's what I do. And
I can confirm the meatballs are good. Well, the previous meatballs were good.
You've tasted my balls.
Yes, I have. It's a great
You've
experience.
put my balls into your mouth.
Yes. And there we go. Wait, weren't you talking about something being a bit risque earlier, and now we're just like turning into the skin?
We're talking about meatballs.
That's true.
I make great meatballs.
Reminds me of
Salas
the,
with an A6 under the gun, like
And Bill doesn't even give an F
no.
because he's like, I'm AFK, AFT, the table.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what that stands for, but yes.
AFK? It's a computer thing, away from keyboard. It's a video game.
Oh,
so it's,
no. Oh,
you know,
yeah, I know.
not
You
familiar?
are really on Twitch, huh?
Yeah.
Like for realsies.
Yeah. For realsies. So last time we did a stream together, you were basically giving me a bunch of crap because of Kappa. You remember that?
Yeah.
So there's a new thing on Twitch now. Kappa is maybe not dead, but
It's
it's
not.
being passed over.
But it's being passed over, yeah?
Monka S, which I actually don't have any clue what that is. Does anyone know what that is?
No.
Help me. Help me
Help-
find out.
Help
Yeah,
you
Monka
help
S.
him.
What is that? Where did that come from?
I would say do not check out our archive of 200 plus shows because some of them are bad.
Well, like all 200?
Like don't. Just don't. Don't go to YouTube. Don't watch the shows. Don't pick any before 2016.
Maybe so, like 100 of those. No, 50
Don't-
of
like, I
those?
wouldn't
like
even-
52 of those.
Just watch like the last 6 months. Everything else, don't do it.
Well, the poker is the same.
Yeah, the
If you're-
commentary is just really
So what
bad.
you're saying is watch it, but mute like the first 100 episodes.
Yes. There may have been bad things that made me and Jake say bad things.
Made you say bad things?
Liquid things that are liquidy and
Oh,
delicious
so you
to
guys
drink.
the reason that drinking isn't allowed in the booth?
No,
Is that what's up?
we didn't drink. We didn't
okay.
drink.
Okay. Jake was trying to do acid last time we were in here.
Shut up.
He wanted me to. Man, he was just like a champ.
Subcheck, the commentary is not good, but it's not as bad.
Right. It depends on where you put the bar. If you put the bar,
Don't set your
At
bar
the
too
bottom?
high, people.
hey, I think
Proper
it's
3 bets
come
at
here,
Vintage
right.
Poker Twitch, yes. It's bad. It's funny actually though. If you have a good sense of humor, if you enjoy a good chuckle, you might want to watch some of those old shows. If you want to watch people streaming poker from a basement with like bad sound and bad streaming quality, by all means, those first few shows are amazing.
Oh, really? From a basement?
It seemed like
I'm gonna go check.
it seemed like it.
I'm gonna check it out.
I still remember our very, very first show. So Mike calls
Not a
with a
fan.
queen jack.
Not a fan.
Not a fan. I would like a raise here. 2.5x is nice.
If you're gonna play it, raise it.
Yes. HN calls on the button here.
Ooh, this could be. Oh, he's
Salas
doubled, so
is,
he probably.
again, here we go, defending the small blind. And this is like, Bill
Please
will,
rip it, Bill.
Bill is going to exploit
Ah,
Salas day and night. Day and night.
That would have been so funny.
6-5 deuce 2 clubs. Bill and HN both have backdoor club draws. And Bill W flops a pair. Salas, HN, and Mike have nothing. It looks like it's been checked around.
I mean, if it checks you and you have ace-7, I guess I could see betting, but I don't. This is just like
5 pairs the board. This happened all wrong because I think Mike should have raised pre-flopped and then c-bet.
Now, I
And
feel like Bill's gonna call this, or he
Now-
almost should call this because you have enough.
yes, I think Bill.
I mean,
if I'm Bill, I'm
5
calling
doesn't really
this
change anything.
all day, every day.
All it does is not give you the realization of your backdoor flush draw. But
I would be surprised
he
if Bill
folds
did
here,
not call
I'd be
this.
hugely surprised.
Wow. I mean, check.
Well, I mean, like limp.
Check the
Maybe he
flop.
thinks he's up against a really big hand because he limped and then checked behind. I don't know. I feel like you got to call there because
I think
your hand
it's
is
100% a call.
yeah. Oh well, he didn't lose any money because he was already in the big one, and he didn't bet anything on the flop. So
It's also easy when you can see everything.
yeah, but I think if I flop a pair and it checks around and then it checks again and the guy that limped is betting,
Yep.
yeah, I think I can continue once, check, and fold the river if you think he's got like a big hand and he bets again. I don't know. I think you can call the turn.
Yeah, I agree.
I guess you can also fold the turn because, like I said, it didn't cost him any extra. He was already in for that amount. So yeah, I think let's see. That Raising Cane is still the chip leader. I believe Heath is in second position. Right now, every player is guaranteed at least 1,200. Yeah, at least 1,200. That's what 7th place plays. PC for the one to see Veronica watch it play. It's the first time I've seen her play, and I'm impressed. Hammer Gems is a fan. You can follow her on Snapchat if you don't already. I don't know what your Snapchat is.
Are you guys not following me on Snapchat?
Hammer Gems might not be, but I think she would be.
It's Veronica Star with 2 R's. One word, Veronica Star with 2 R's.
Yeah. And you guys can follow me on Twitter. I have 480 followers. Ooh.
How many do I have?
Probably more.
You don't know?
I do not know how many followers you have on Twitter. Sorry.
Almost 4,000.
What? Did you just pose after? I guess if you do that, you kind of have to pose. Fair enough.
Deuce on the turn. Checked around on the flop. Proper 3-bet V's on Snapchat? Yes, I am. Have been for a while. Emergem Z24. You should get Snapchat. It is Z best. Z best. Get it? Ah! I'm good.
She's a Snapchat shill.
So Bill puts out a bet out of position to 35.
Really unique move here by Bill because he wouldn't call the 2, but bets this. I mean, whatever. Bill's in his own realm. And if he's comfortable with how he's playing, I imagine it will work out well for him. So Raising Cane's got a pretty big lead. He's second place. Mike just behind. Everybody's got some chips. Salas 17 bigs. It's a pretty big stack. I think we're gonna see people settle down for a while. I keep looking over here, even though it's here. I don't know why. Just to have it. The average stack 428,000, which is what, like 40 bigs? It's the average stack.
Sub Chick says
maybe like 35.
you can buy 10K followers for cheap,
Can buy-
but you could buy Sub Chick for even cheaper.
Ooh. how much?
Like 50 cents.
50 cents.
I mean, he's trolling on a Twitch feed on a Sunday night. How expensive could he be?
Sunday night. I don't know. I'd like to think that we draw the elite trolls.
The elite trolls. He probably watches monkeys have sex in a zoo. That's probably his favorite
So
thing.
he's like a zoologist?
No, he just pays to go there to watch. He's with
Monkey.
Ace Jack. It looks pretty. It's the same color. Raises to 30. Blinds are 8,000, 16,000 now. They did just go up with the 2,000 ante still.
This is nowhere close to elite. I don't know. Oh, Raising Cane. Nice. This is a small blind hand you can wreck with. He is going against Heath, who is the second biggest stack.
I think he might even be crushing Heath's range here.
Oh, did he just call? He just called from the small blind?
Yeah, I would have preferred a 3-bet. So
It's gonna be really
all
hard
clubs
for
on
him to
the
win this
flop.
hand.
Now both of them have nothing. Let's see how it plays out now. Raising Cane. See, this is where I would have liked a 3-bet and a C-bet.
Well, if he 3-bets, he probably...
This flop does not connect well with Heath's pre-flop raising range at all.
Well,
At all.
I mean, the ace of clubs can definitely be in his
And
range.
a call. And a bink on the turn, and
Wow.
he knew it. But have no fear, ladies and gentlemen, it's always a sweat. Heath also can catch a king for a win here.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what
Checked
happens if the
around,
river
6
is a
on the
club.
river.
Maybe Kane decided he was just going to bet. Ooh, interesting. I think you can check call this, maybe? I don't know. If you think you have the best hand, which he probably thinks he has, because he's betting third over the pot. Yeah, this is the... Maybe that was his plan the whole time.
Like he knew it was coming.
You think, well, no, you think that the 3-club flop is actually like an action killer, but I think it tends to incite more action. Because he's thinking like, if he has a flush, he's not going to bet. So he's betting maybe the ace of clubs, so I'm safe as long as I dodge another club,
yeah.
right? And then all of a sudden you know, you're in that spot. I don't know. Like the turn is sort of irrelevant. It's like happy that it's a queen, which makes it easier. What do we have? Chat's going ape poop. So Kane adds to his stack after playing that hand against Heath. Heath might not have been...
Viscount01, what's up? Nice to see you in the chat. Haven't seen you in a while.
So it's Curse of the Kings, it sounds. Yeah.
Yeah, standard.
It's weird because Stones isn't even in Sacramento, right? Technically.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I
we're,
think it's in Sacramento.
literally a block.
I think the people who say that they, like, correct you if you said Sacramento, and they're like, no, it's Citrus Heights. Maybe those people are just so people.
They're hair splitters.
Yeah. That's what you called me.
Yeah, you are a hair splitter extraordinaire. HN raises to 40, pocket sixes, under the gun +1. Again to Bill with an ace king. In the cutoff. Now, I really, really like a 3-bet here.
Yeah.
You can say, you know, I'll just call because I might be crushing HN's range here, depending on what you think that is. But
I'm not sure in the tournament. I don't think this late in the tournament.
This late in a tournament, I agree with you 100%. I'm just trying to think of, you know, a few different ways of how we could noodle through this. But I would say this is a 3-bet all day, every day, in this exact spot, in a vacuum.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, Raising Cane has a hand that looks pretty, but really is not. And when you have a bet and a 3-bet in front of you, and you're out of position, you have to fold the Queen 10.
Was he? Oh, is he on the button though? Or was he in the small blind?
No, he's in the small blind. No. I think he was in the blind.
Oh, Raising King?
Yeah.
King, I think he's right. Yeah. Yeah. Now HN just has to decide if he wants to play for all the chips.
Emergence 24 says, well, most people who live in this area just say they're from Sac. So, yeah, that's true. Like, I never say Roseville or never say Rockland because no one knows where that is.
Yeah, because it's like always Rockland. Oh, it's just outside of Sacramento.
Yeah. Sack a tomato. Viscount 01. Sack a tomato. It's called Sacramento.
Yeah, they put that in there. Sup, I imagine you can play on the Stone stream. You know, if you're in the area, why not? Go for it.
Well, I mean, that's
Fire
what
away.
Heath is doing. Heath is a Twitch watcher who found us on Twitch, and now he's playing and final tabling on our show.
Yeah, boom.
Heath, welcome to our family. We're enjoying having you. And you know what, Heath? I really like the fact that you're smiling a lot on this final table. Because most poker players look so miserable.
I
Not
think
me.
it's hard to fight the I'm a short stack at the final table and I'm not going to win the $10,000.
That's called do a couple shots of tequila and get over it.
Yeah.
You know, and let's have fun.
You should be a doctor.
I should be.
Here.
You
get some
have pain?
tequila.
Here's some tequila.
You
Let
could be
me
a
write
doctor in like the
subscription
the
for you.
30s. Here, smoke a cigarette and put some
Yeah.
tequila on it real quick.
Most doctors recommend Camel.
Oh dear. Camel was probably a doctor at some point too, I'm sure.
There are old doctors' ads like recommending cigarettes. Like, I recommend Camels for all of my patients.
Man, this is insanity. Let me write a subscription for you. Raising Cane's getting a bit saucy, raising the 9-4 offsuit from the cutoff. Excuse me, the hijack. Right, it was the great job, Raising Cane. I recommend Lucky 7. They pay me so often. Yeah, it's like the I Love Lucy. William Morris cigarettes. I always did those like live reads or whatever for this very specific brand of cigarette that actually had like a financial stake in the show.
Which show?
I Love Lucy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, back in those days. People were like, I worked with nurses when I first became a nurse. Worked with older nurses who said like everybody smoked everywhere in the hospital. People would come back from like cardiac surgery and like the nurse had a cigarette in her hand like, hey, welcome back. Glad we saved your life. Like smoke on your face.
You got a light?
All like, I guess the trash cans would be on fire all the time from patients smoking.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
Like, we removed the tumor from your lung. Here's a cigarette to cure you.
And a steak. Sup Chick has moved on to blackmail. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting stuff.
Viscount 01's coughing from the virus that Subchick gave him.
Or smoking?
I really love the dynamic in our chat. I do. I love the trolls.
Yeah. You know,
The trolls are never as bad as they used to be. Like when we first started, dear God. I mean, I don't believe in God, but dear God and baby Jesus. Like it was bad.
dear
I mean, if anyone
8 pounds, 2 ounce baby Jesus.
I have no feelings in my body, you know, so I like, it doesn't bother me. But if I did have any feelings left and any humanity, I probably would have cried. But I didn't, because I'm not really a human being anymore.
Not really, because you hate everything. And
Yeah,
you
I
don't
hate
cry.
everything and I'm finicky and I don't cry. Viscount 01, I agree. I troll some, but I try to be entertaining about it. There's a finesse to it. I agree. You can't just be a bull in a china shop. You want to be what's the bull?
A bull in a
No,
bullfighting
the
arena?
bullfighter. You want to be the bull.
Matador. El
Yeah.
Matador.
I mean, I wouldn't condone that behavior, but I'm just saying.
So
Symbolically.
if somebody was like,
Symbolically.
hey, I want to be
You
a
want the red
matador, you're like, terrible decision. Bye.
But Symbolically.
Oh, right.
We're talking about
Are
symbolically.
you going to be a literal matador or a metaphorical matador? By the way, if you ever become a battle rapper, you should be the metaphorical matador.
Oh my God! You must said something funny. I thought it was amazing.
I've been practicing for the last month. Isn't that the last thing we did? No, more than a month ago. It was like 2 months ago. Maybe even 3 months ago.
Biff Stevenson, what's up? He said, you know what sucks? Everything, right?
Biff Stefansson.
Whatever.
Obviously Swedish or Finnish.
I say words the way I want to say them, like my parents.
All right. Well, guess how much the first? 10,451.
I
You didn't even have time to
love
guess.
that. I
Right away.
really love that.
But 1,200 is the next payout. So got some work to do if you want to get that extra $9,000.
Subchick said, I'm pure finesse. Yes, you are, baby. You are. 100%. As soon as you walked in the room and started talking, everyone's like, oh, that's finesse right there. Like, look in the dictionary when they used to make them. Your picture's there. Next to the monkeys. Doing it. Doing it.
Doing it. The monkey's doing it. Mike
Raises
opens
to 40.
5-4 suited. At least he's not limping it under the gun, but there's... And I don't know, I'm Raw is taking his time.
No, so the Oscar for Best Actor goes to I'm Raw because he hasn't hummed and hawed this much yet.
No, so I'm not hearing what he's saying at the table, but he might be like asking people behind him what kind of stacks they have. So in a sense, it could be like maybe he just wants to see exactly where he's at
So-
to figure out how much to raise.
40K to call, and he's got about 340K. Please don't. No. You're just gonna push all worse hands out. I don't like this.
330K.
HN.
What is that?
HN. You're gonna
20
hold.
big blind shove, 3-bet shove. I don't.
I'm talking about relative to the raise. I would like a 3x.
But if you're making
wanna
it 120K,
You want to keep. You want.
do
I
you
mean,
really?
yeah, you do want to keep.
I mean, I
a
think you want
hand
to play.
or two in.
I think you want to play for all the chips. If he makes it 120 or 130,
What's
he's
gonna
got
call you then?
200K behind, I think.
So you're just basically gonna get kings or queens to call.
Ace king,
Maybe
ace
king.
queen.
What are the odds that they have ace king? You've got the
Sure, you
blockers.
block. Fine.
You've blocked that part of his range. You're pretty much gonna get kings
I
or
don't
queens
think
to
well,
call.
you're never gonna like flat, right? So you want to raise.
You're not gonna flat, but I think like just a
Okay,
2.5x raise.
if you're opening
Keep them
under the
in.
gun and someone like min raises you back or makes it a very small
2.5,
raise,
yeah.
So often I feel like that
It looks
move
face up.
is very strong.
It either
Like
is,
you want them to shove over you. That's kind of what it seems like.
Is it always face up?
No, I don't necessarily think it's face up. I do think that a lot of players tend to do that. So a shove actually, I think, looks weaker than
Okay, I'll give you that.
A min raise.
I'll give you that. It does look very ace 10.
Yeah, like he just saw a suited ace, jack or plus, and decided to, rip it or whatever.
Definitely, if I have ace 10 there, I'll rip it.
Right, so then you
If I'm
should
going
definitely
to.
be able to rip aces there too.
Yeah, okay. I'll give it to you. Biscount once says, Veronica, I agree with you. The thing
You know
with
what?
poker is I think there's so many variables involved, and there isn't always an absolute right answer, I think. So, number one headband, what's up? Long time no see in the chat. I was hoping for blood. We were all hoping for blood on a regular basis. I think HN raised this one. Raising King calls in the big blind. King high flop. HN connects. And he was the original aggressor. Is he?
It's probably going to be check call from Kane here.
Kane does have the ace blocker, or the ace heart blocker. Anyone in the chat have their sneaking suspicions as to who is going to win this tournament? Or give me your top two, like who's going to be number one, who's going to be number two. Subchick says Brent wins.
I want to say
Brent, we're going to
top-
ship you the 10K.
I went, yeah. You know what? If all I had to do was show up at, 9:30 and take home 10K as
I would
opposed
do
to
it.
being here all day from 10 a.m. Yeah, I'll take it. All right, snap call. I like Kane and Heath. Yeah, I think top two, Kane and William Watchman. Bill W. Those are my picks for two. Top two.
So I'm gonna go with Bill W for 1, and I'm gonna take Heath for 2.
Ooh. All right.
I'm gonna.
No faith in the Kane, huh?
So Kane has proven to be a very competent tournament player, but I'm gonna give my number 2 pick to the underdog, to Heath, who's been smiling
Is
the
he really
entire
underdog?
show.
Okay, are you betting with your heart in this
So my
situation?
first place I'm betting with who I think will actually win.
Okay.
My second place I'm giving to my heart.
Okay.
How's that? I'm allowed.
The heart that doesn't feel anything.
Yes. Not since like 98.
Ooh. This is a fine year. 98.
HN raises to 35K.
I would say let's say like a wild card. Raw is the wild card. I think.
I'm Ra, the wild card, yeah. Ace, Queen, Jack. Mike J picks up a Jack and an inside straight
Trying
draw.
to finish in the top
And
one.
he's betting into the razor. He's betting into the aggressor. And HN with a bet. I think this is an easy fold for HN. I don't understand what he's. I think it's an
Yeah.
easy fold. Like when you get bet into.
I actually think there's somebody told me this, and
Wow,
maybe
wow.
HN is subscribed to this school of thought, but that people's donk bet range is very bad, like never that strong.
Oh,
Like
wow.
no one's gonna bet into you with a made straight there, probably,
Yeah.
right? And
That's
so
true.
so
That is true.
So if you're shoving
Or
or
set,
raising
they're
everybody's
checking.
donk bet range,
They're
yeah.
checking their set.
So maybe that's exactly what he thought he could have had. It's I mean it's
I-
definitely
like-
a bluff, but it's also
I
like
stopped calling it a dunk bet. I call
fine,
it betting
sure.
it into the razor.
But that's the term.
The term,
I'm not
it is.
saying that
Yeah, you're
Mike
right.
is a donk or not. I am saying that he is. That term is donk. Like if you're leading into a raise on the flop, that you're never that strong. You're
That's
never
true.
leading like really big hands.
Biff Stephenson said I've got to get to stone someday. I could totally finish in like the top 145. I agree. That's a good goal.
Yeah, Sean, for sure, you definitely need to be capable of doing that on a lot of flops. But
Sean 415. I think you have to balance your donk range and have some monsters in. I mean, like, I know that there's a stigma against donk betting, but like, man, I have a feeling it's gonna come back in, and like, you
what's a
have to.
hand that's good though? Like what hand do you want to be doing that with? If you flop a straight
I think it's a more of a psychological play, the donk bet. Like if someone who's not recognizing what you're doing, maybe like you
sure,
you
like
think
if you're
they're gonna
playing
check
against
back
like a
most
weaker
flops.
player
Yeah.
who's gonna like.
And he doesn't recognize that it is a donk bet, and like he checks. You think he checks back most flops, like because of
Yeah,
the
but, like-
range you put him on,
Right.
and that flop that completely.
But if you think you have the best hand, you want to check call, right? Like,
No, I agree. I'm just saying, like, I'm just trying to think of like, I've heard of a few really competent players saying that they'll donk bet on occasion because of the type of player they're up against
Sure, in that
and the
case,
type
they're
of
playing
the
against-
board texture.
yeah, it's not a great board, but he also defended the big blind, right? With King Jack against a middle position raise from
Or-
a player who's going to c-bet probably 100% of flops. If I'm guessing HN's c-bet consistency, probably 100% of flops that he raises on he's
And
c-bet.
so HN
Or
is
very high percent.
like way more advanced than me because I would have folded there. I would have folded there. Like if I
Now think about that though. Like what
Right?
on that board, Ace Jack X from a big blind defend, what is he leading? He's leading a
He's
pair.
not leading a set.
He's probably leading like
Mo-
a small pair to find like he's betting there to like find out where he's at, right? Like which is never a good idea.
yeah. No, I like it. I like that. I actually haven't had a lot of discussion about donk betting.
I don't know that someone could convince me that it's ever like a great idea.
No, I'm saying like when your opponent's donk betting into you, it happens so sporadic. Well, not so sporadically. I guess it happens a lot more in smaller games than it does in like when you do commentary in a 1025. Like you don't see it that often, but it's not something that's like discussed on a regular basis. Like you're always discussing pre-flop ranges and position, like bet sizing, but like no one talks about the range of a donk bet or like the strength of a donk bet.
Yeah, well, like this guy just said, hey, like he was actually attributing it to somebody else. He's like, Albert told me that basically no one's donk range is very strong, so just shove on every donk bet.
I love it.
I don't think it's possible.
Drake F, what's up? Ahoy! Nice to see you.
Ahoy, hoy. It was two hoys.
Ahoy, hoy.
And a dragon, a winky dragon.
Man, Oakland today for the W.
They won? Denver
Yeah.
sucks. Denver's really bad. Like how that's like probably one of the biggest drops from being a good sort of elite team to being just literal garbage. The Denver Broncos.
Yeah, literal garbage.
Or they're in a
not
in a
figurative,
mess.
not
Yeah,
figurative.
the actual
literal garbage.
trash.
You are literally
No, that feels
garbage.
bad. Those are human people. I don't want to call them garbage.
I'm just saying,
That's
like,
messed up. You're right. The team, not great. Not great. I'm glad I'm not a Broncos fan. That's all I'm saying.
someone has asked me. Sean.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's add him.
Are you Snapchatting? Oh, Sean. It's up on the Snapchat. Actual human
Sean
people.
415. We are linked now forever in the world of Snapchat.
Who wants to hear the other
you
joke
can
on the
see-
Laffy Taffy?
Okay, let's hear it.
Do you know what Mary had when she went to dinner?
What? A little lamb?
Everybody knows Mary had a little lamb. That's from Meredith in Hutchinson, Kansas. Aw.
That's so
Aw.
sad. Peter Singer would be really embarrassed.
Yeah, but she's
Um,
a child. That's what
Ace
Laffy
nine.
Taffy's kindergarten jokes. It's the intention.
I know. But, like, I think ethics should also be included in kindergarten subjects. So Heat's got pocket aces. Mike chooses the wrong time to get aggressive in late position.
Well, I mean, I think Ace-9 is a reasonable
Yeah,
open.
in late position, yeah. You like it,
From the-
then someone wakes
the
up
cup.
in the small blind with aces.
The beautiful part about Ace-9 and opening it in the
sorry.
cutoff is that you can easily fold when someone give it to you. He made it 75,000 at. Wait.
That's huge.
That's insane. Sorry, that's insane.
Okay, so
Sorry,
that
that's not
looks,
insane.
that looks. Please don't call. Please
Not
don't call. Please
fantastic.
don't call. Right.
Yeah.
And all in.
Wow, and he put 75,000 of his remaining 101,000.
So
And it was like he didn't want to shove, but he basically shoved.
and he shows that he got. Oh, he went all in. He called the all in. I think he got
He
frustrated.
can't fold. Oh yeah, but he, like almost can't fold. He
Yeah,
got
I know.
75,000 of his 100. He bet half a stack.
I think he got frustrated there,
That's
and
just
he
that's why
realized
that
he made a
sizing
mistake.
is really terrible.
Yeah.
And maybe yeah. But how do you accidentally throw out 3 plaques though? Did he mean to go
No,
all
I mean,
in?
and he binks.
Yeah, and he's got no hope.
No heart.
I mean, the board
nine
could
of
hearts out.
Nine of hearts would be like a real nice sweat, right?
Yeah, any heart would be a sweat for a chop.
Oh, and he makes 2 pair on the turn.
Wow. No, he can't win.
He can't.
Yeah, but I mean, you want if it was running hearts, he had a shot.
Yeah. Running hearts, they chop.
I mean, that's why. So like, it's either a fold or a shove. It's not like a weird kind of 3-bet. or raise. Like opening 75K to 16K, I don't think is ever going to be a great idea.
That was that was a mistake. He's gonna look back and say he was tired, he was frustrated, it was a mistake. I think too often those kinds of pre-flop raises with a marginal holding, I think like it's just good to go 2.5K regardless of your range. Like you don't want to go with aces like 3x and then like a weak ace to like 10x.
Yeah, I mean, he was like, he's
just
like
like
10
to
bigs.
protect your hand.
It's like 10 bigs. You can shove ace-9 there. You can fold ace-9 there, I guess, too. But you can probably shove ace-9 there, like, and maybe you're even supposed to.
Proper 3-bet said Heath will win. Hey, I put him down as my number 2.
But, yeah. I think, yeah. I mean, I didn't hear the table audio, so maybe he did have some kind of, like, actual mistake or something like that. But I think it would be very difficult to accidentally raise to 75,000.
No, I don't think he accidentally.
The,
I just think it was just a bad raise.
But, yeah.
I think that you just get tired at this point in the tournament. You've been here for 12 hours. It's a grind. He may have had something to eat on break, and once you eat, you know what happens. Everybody busts after dinner.
In his defense, he was up against aces. That doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
often when he does that, it folds
up until it
through.
doesn't. Yeah.
But you're betting half of your stack.
Yeah.
Pre-flop on an open.
If he
to
had
win,
20 big
what is
blinds,
he winning?
If he had 20 big blinds total, he had a working stack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he did. Oh, he had 10, but right, he had like 170. So he had,
oh, okay, he had 10.
He had like 11 bigs, and so that's definitely a ship. It's not an open to 9 bigs or like 6 bigs.
Yeah.
I think as a general rule of thumb, I've never written a poker book, but if I did, perhaps the first thing I would say is never 6x the big blind.
Like, do we need to
I don't know.
read that in a
People do that.
book?
People do.
Like that's just.
It would be one of those really short books, like a children's book with pictures and everything.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
But
it's like the ultimate needle. Put together a children's book of like stupid things poker players do.
Cross this out. So Mike takes home 1,200 and 7th place, which doesn't get a trophy. In fact, no place in this tournament gets a trophy.
No, we're not giving you a trophy. We're just going to
can
give you
make a trophy.
cold hard cash.
Yeah. You have 10K. Go buy a trophy.
Yeah, go buy yourself a cute trophy on Amazon.
Here's your friggin' trophy. So.
Hey, you say it like Trump. Here's your friggin' trophy. You fired.
He doesn't even sound that tough. He does this.
Our trophies are huge. All of our friends know that all of our trophies are the hugest trophies.
If it were a trophy, it would be the best trophy of all trophies.
Anyone who knows me knows I have the best trophies.
Solid gold trophies made from real Americans that love me.
And everybody loves me, as you know. My friends love me. My friends can confirm that all of you love me.
Just talking with former presidents. They love the trophies. Everyone loves the trophies.
Raising Kane raises to 32. I'm Raw calls. Where has I'm Raw been?
Been? Where has he been?
Been.
Well, he's been right there the entire time.
You know, sometimes the Canadian comes out of me.
Yeah.
Been. Where has he been? Been.
He's been in a boot, the same spot as he's been the entire time. Apparently I was funny twice, guys. Hey-oh.
Okay.
Trump 2020. No thanks. No thanks. I'm not going to have that.
He's been boot in a boot.
Right. Nice to see
Come on,
everyone.
I can't be the only one that
like
found this
Trump.
hilarious. 334 on the flop.
334.
Trump,
Raising
Don
King
Imus.
could totally.
2020.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Imus.
Could you just choke me with anything right now if that happens?
Don't start. Because I'll think of really bad things to choke you with.
If that happens, I'm voting for Kanye and The Rock 2020.
It might
And
happen.
that's all it
I
needs
mean,
to say.
we thought
It just
Trump
says-
wouldn't
yeah.
happen. And
All Kanye has to
might.
do is run and say, it can't really get worse. Kanye 2020.
Kanye might.
Sorry, I'm not gonna have a political, just no thanks. That's what I'm gonna say. No thanks.
I think we're all, like, as a country, checked out.
Yeah. I wish there was another joke on this Laffy Taffy. There is not. The first joke was from Samantha D in Central Point, Oregon.
Why don't you, like, write her a thank you card?
I don't have her address.
Oh. You should call Laffy Taffy and try to get it.
Excuse me, Mr. Taffy. Ah, 6 players
Is that
left.
how you start the letter?
Yeah,
Excuse
Mr.
me.
Excuse me, Mr. Taffy.
And would it be like, excuse me? Or it'd be like, excuse me.
Excuse me. Period.
Excuse
Mr.
me.
Taffy. Where in the world
Exclamation.
is Samantha D? Or technically, where in Central Point, Oregon? Samantha, I wonder if they make those people up. Like, is that a real person?
There's no Samantha D in Central Point, Oregon. I can confirm that.
Look like when we were kids, maybe people were legit sending jokes to Laffy Taffy. But nobody's sending jokes to Laffy Taffy now.
Remember,
Come on.
like, oh no, I'm not going to date myself. No, we're not going to go there. I'm old.
Was W the same to me?
So, Salas,
Laddering up.
no, the not like suited connectors on the button. Fold it to him.
Yeah, but he only has like 10 bigs.
Yeah, it got folded to him. He should have jammed
What was
it.
the hand? What was it?
Like a 9-7 suited or a 9-10 suited.
Yeah.
I
Maybe that
hate
is
this.
maybe that is a shove with 10 bigs.
That is a shove.
Let's see. So our 7th place finisher, Mike, took home 1,200. Give me a sec. I will look up what 6th place is. But we all know the difference. 6th place is probably 2,000, if I'm guessing. So Salas might just want to keep up his strategy of getting that 10,000, however possible, which means folding sometimes when maybe you didn't want to fold. I always plug Taffy. Yeah, I mean Laffy Taffy. Taffy's good. Laffy Taffy, it's classic. It's always had jokes on it. Raisin Cane defends a big blind. Pre-flop, Bill raises. Raisin Cane defends. You're gonna c-bet this flop. Full show. And he does. Or not c-bet, but bet this flop when it checks to you. Bill might go a little maniacal.
I just,
Kind of like, oh, so 15
I really,
apiece.
I think that Salas is playing this a little too passively. I really think that was a shove there.
There's
for
an
Salas.
ICM type thing, which I think, you know.
Pull it up.
Your
Pull
10
it up.
bigs?
Pull it up.
Yeah, but I don't think Snap Shove does ICM, right? I'm pretty sure
I
it
have
doesn't.
snap shove too. But you pull yours up. Let's do it.
Okay, boom. I have
He has 8 big blinds.
Snap Shove
he has,
Pro.
He has 8
So
big
let's say he had
blinds.
9. Or
Well,
no,
let's do
okay,
8. Let's do it
8,
realistically.
fine.
He has 8 big blinds on the button with a 9-10 suited.
7 players left. You said 9-7, right? Well, we'll figure it out.
Nat's playing in the 5-5 tomorrow.
Shit.
Yes!
47%.
Woo! Nat's
9-6 suited plus is a show.
Yeah, there you go.
8
I told you I was right. Nat is playing in the game tomorrow in the 5-5 game, and I am doing commentary, and I'm so excited to
I
hear
think
that.
I am too.
All right.
Surprise!
Yay!
Yay!
Let's just stay here until then.
Who's Nat? Do I know
What?
Nat?
Who's Nat?
I might know Nat.
He's only like the most awesomest player ever.
Heath with pocket 9s under the gun. good pay jump from second to first. Although I think a lot of these tournaments get chopped, don't they?
Good to see you says, what's the app you're using? It's the, what is it called again? Snapshot?
Oh, Snapshot.
Yeah, Snapshot.
If you're
you
not,
have the pro version.
I do, yes. Snapshot Pro. There's like a training mode and everything. I actually, yeah, I'm like a Snapshot shill because Max has paid me to do stuff before, but...
JFK Stone, Zach from Zach is my bae, but I still love Nat. Nat's like the original.
Silas shoves. Totally shovable hand.
Finally.
And Heath is going to call.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not a psychic, but he's getting a count. I'm pretty sure Heath is going to call 100% of this size of the shove after he opens. And he wants to dodge a king or a queen. This will go a long way to whether Heath wins the tournament. Although it really probably won't go that long. He already has a bunch of chips. For all the people in the chat rooting for Salas, though. It's time to hit a king.
Oh, in the window.
It's the Herman King.
Oh, but there's a sweat.
Yeah,
a jack.
big sweat. Put any diamond out there.
Any diamond would be fun too.
Oh, sweat time.
Any jack or any diamond
you guys hear
now.
that 80s style aerobic music? It's time to sweat. Bam.
Gonna make you sweat till you bleed.
Oh,
no.
Doesn't matter. The one face card he didn't want to hit. And Salas is out in sixth. He takes home 1587. Thanks, WS Watchman. Are you guys like new to the chat? And did you make your name Watchman to come and cheer on Bill? Or were those?
Or it might be Bill's wife or Bill's
Or
son.
there's a JC Watchman and a WS Watchman.
I'm just saying, like, that might be there. Why couldn't they be
No,
family
for sure.
members?
I'm just curious.
Or groupies?
I'm trying to find
Groupies?
out what
Side
the
chicks?
story is.
Maybe he's got a wife and a girlfriend.
If that is his wife,
She's pissed at me.
yeah,
Yeah.
for even insinuating that
No.
that is a thing that could exist.
He looks like a good, honest man.
Sons. All right. Cool. So Bill's sons are here. Well,
Yeah,
we
they are.
his fathers.
Predestination. Great movie.
Oh,
I won't say anymore.
Have you seen Arrival, by the way?
Yeah, I just saw it the other day. Amazing.
Those
I
are
mean,
the
I
two-
don't like anything, but if I were to like something, I would love Arrival.
Yeah, I saw Arrival. Arrival was the best plane movie I've ever seen. I watched it on a plane. By far the best movie I've ever watched on a plane. And I loved that movie. And then
You could watch any movie on a plane, so I'm not sure how the variable of a plane has anything to do with it.
no, I know, but like usually I just watch any movie on a plane. Like I also watched Table
So-
19 with Anna Kendrick.
I just flew to Europe last month, no, a couple months ago, and on Polish Airways,
After
and
being
they had
kicked out of Poland.
After being kicked out of Poland, and every movie was available because that's how Polish Airlines.
Wow, every movie?
Like everything. I watched. Oh God, why am I? I'm like really tired right now. I watch actually a lot of really good movies. How's that? And when I remember what it's called,
That's another sick brag. We're back to the sick brag.
I
I
know.
watch the best movies, only movies that are made
all my friends
the highest
know
quality. If you ask
that I
anybody,
watch all of the best
they're
movies.
fantastic movies.
All
They're
my
very
friends.
long. They're totally long, like above average length. They're excellent.
Why is my
Huge
brain
quality.
like I can't think of the movie's name, and it was like a blockbuster.
I watch some pretty terrible movies on a plane. Maybe that's it. I've watched.
You probably watched
so
Airplane, but that's actually a good movie.
Baywatch on a plane.
I wouldn't
never
even
wanted
turn
to
that
see
on.
that in a theater.
I wouldn't
watched
even
The
turn it
Mummy,
on.
the new Mummy.
So Bill raises to 38 in the cutoff.
can't
My
see
bras got jacks, and looks like probably a 3-bet here.
And Heath counting on his
88K.
chips. Oh wait, no, Heath was
I
checking.
like it. He folds.
See what? Okay. Well, he has like 340 total. 340 total. so I guess it's not really a shove because he has Bill covered. But it's a very small raise. Like his whole point is he wants action.
Hey, Jay Watchman says snakes on a plane. Like, they should have rules. Like, don't play snakes on a plane. Or like that Twilight
like
Zone
no
episode.
13th floor in
That's stupid.
elevator. It is, 'cause
Twilight
there really is
Zone,
a
like person sitting outside on the wing, like that one episode.
It's an alien, like a goblin.
A goblin of some sort. It's
starring
not.
William Shatner. It was a
You
goblin.
gotta know.
It was like a demon. Yeah.
You have to know the difference between aliens and demons.
No, you're right.
Thanks.
I said-
like, don't even start this conversation.
Isn't
You
that-
don't know the difference.
Oh wait, aliens and demons. That's not the Dan Brown book, right? It was Angels and Demons.
Yeah, but aliens
The
and
difference-
demons may have been a better book.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna write that book. Everything that's not real, but I will.
Wow! 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 Wow!
I
wait, he
wanna
just
pull
called.
back my
He just
comment.
called. I'm sorry.
I want to pull back my comment. Don't start doing the sign of the cross here.
No. I was just like, whew.
I don't
Okay,
want
he
to say
just
there's no
called.
such thing as aliens. There may be.
Oh right.
Somewhere far away.
Oh, Contact is a great movie.
10-8-5-2 hearts. Bill W with the only heart.
I take back my wow.
It's a nice-ish flop for Jax.
Oh,
I think
he's gonna
it's
show.
a really wet board that could connect with Bill really well. If I'm raw, I'd be a little nervous. Did Bill just shove? What just happened?
No.
No, Bill. Okay.
Bill might have just like opened folded. No. Probably check shove is what happened, and then Bill fold.
No. Was Watchman, WS Watchman? Not the one.
Oh, Flight
Not
Plan.
with Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
We're talking about the newest one with what's her name? The redhead.
Arrival.
Arrival.
Yeah. Amy Adams.
What's
No,
the
that
one
was
with
movie
Jodie?
original.
Jodie Foster also had a great alien movie.
Contact.
That was
Written by
great too.
Carl Sagan, or based on a Carl Sagan book.
Yeah. That one was great too.
Contact
That
is
one-
really good.
Contact and Arrival, I think, are in the same kind of like
James Woods
goodness.
is in that movie.
Yeah.
Don't follow James Woods on Twitter.
I know I know. I can follow who I want.
I mean, you
so
can do
don't-
it. You're right.
Don't
Sorry.
tell me what to do.
I'm not the boss of anything. But I tried. I've met James a few times.
Oh, are you guys on a first name basis? James
Probably.
and I.
We played a fair bit of poker in Lake Commerce because he plays all the PLO8. Oh, it's break time. So, do you remember the hand you were talking about with
Yeah, so-
Andrew Baba?
Yeah. This is actually a really cool pre-flop. There's action in the mid position raises. You're in late position with kings.
Okay.
And small blind just completes your raise, and mid position calls. Flop is
So we 3-bet with kings
yeah.
and then call.
Call.
Okay.
Yeah. Flop is ace high. It's check. Turn, basically no action on the turn either. And then river comes, basically no connection on the board, nothing really, just ace high. River comes a blank, small blind leads, and that mid position folds, and you have kings here. And his question was like, is it more profitable to call here with kings or queens? And if you can deduce it, you're actually more profitable calling there with queens, and it's a fold with kings. So if you have kings there, you're basically blocking any sort of ace kings, right? So ace king on that flop, ace king on that flop is gone.
Of hands you're against.
Of hands you're against.
So isn't that
Because
more of an
ace
argument
king-
for calling?
No. So ace king would have raised pre-flop, would have 4-bet.
Right.
So you're not facing ace king, but
probably
you've got
not
like
facing many
an
aces.
ace jack. So if you have queens there, we had like an hour-long discussion.
I feel like, yeah.
if you have
I
queens
see what
there,
you're getting at, but
you're basically, and they're calling, they don't have ace king, and you're blocking all the ace queens, so you're more profitable calling with queens there than you are with kings, because he's got more of like, because he's calling, he's got more of an ace jack, ace 10-ish kind of hand, and he flops the ace, and he has
From the
to beat
small blind?
from the small blind, because the small blind leads on the river.
I don't know how many aces call from the small blind. Like,
so, but ace king 4 bets. So because you've got kings, you're blocking all the ace kings. You're more profitable calling with queens there than you are with kings. It was really interesting.
I feel like it would have been
for a long time.
I feel like we could have gotten into that, but I feel like just a random board where the only card we know is the ace.
The ace. Well, yeah, I
which
mean,
is fair
but
enough,
basically it wasn't wet and it didn't connect, and we're going off of the read that what's more profitable, calling there with kings or queens, and kings is a fold, queens is a call. It's really interesting, and it's really, I mean, we went over a few hands like that, and it's like, for me, super next level. It's not the way I would have deduced it, but then once we talked about it, it did make sense.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of interesting things about poker that, like, I never think about it, but then I hear somebody say something, and it's like, oh wow.
And that
what
also,
you just said is really unique and interesting.
I think Andrew, when we spoke, is really, really determined to, you have to maximize your value, minimize your losses, and in these small spots where you're calling just because you have kings and they were weak on the turn and the flop, you're actually losing value so many times calling with just kings there, instead of folding the kings and calling with queens.
Yeah, I take Andrew's word for it.
All right, we have 3 minutes left. Veronica's gonna take a personal break.
All right, enjoy your personal break.
To take care of womanly business. I don't know, powder my nose, I don't know.
Yeah,
and
handle the nose business.
I hope I'm sorry about your chicken.
It's fine, yeah. I probably should never have ordered them. I did not have enough time. All right, so there's 5 players left. They're on break right now. They're going to come back to, I'm not 100% sure. I think it's going to be 8-16. I think we stopped at 6-12. So 8-16 with 5 players left. And, hey, look who it is.
I'm Veronica Brill. It says right there.
From the chat to the chair.
It's amazing how that happens,
Yeah.
right? It's
weird. It's almost like you're sitting over there.
And like I knew that there was going to be an open seat.
Yeah.
Actually, what I really came for, I noticed there was some uneaten chicken fingers
Sneezed on,
here.
by the way. We're trying to sell them on eBay. Veronica
sneezed
sneezed
on
on them. Veronica.
Can we get our first bidder in the chat room, please, guys? We're going to start the bidding at
$1 billion. Okay, we'll pull it down a little. We'll
Think you're
pump
gonna
it
get
break.
it. Hell of a final table.
It's been fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it opened up a lot of interesting things because Sean was the first to bust.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Which is kind of unexpected, right? I mean, even though he's a short stack, he's a very strong player, very accomplished player. And we've been fortunate and unfortunate here at Stones, to Sean's local, to have him make a lot of final tables.
Right.
But unfortunate in the sense that he's made quite a few of them short stacked, and we haven't really got to see him play. Well, he has run deep in some of our tournaments, but I feel like Sean's one of those players that you can learn a lot from if you had an opportunity to really watch him with a big stack, and the way he plays is obviously he's doing something right. He makes a lot of final tables, right?
For sure.
Yeah,
and
he's
I
very
think last
accomplished.
time I did this tournament, he was short and ended up chopping, like even chopping, second or third, something like that.
okay.
I think last month.
All right.
It may have been 2 months ago. I don't remember the exact
Yeah,
date, but he
it's
definitely
like all
was
the
short.
time. He's
I
on the
remember he
final
came
tables
from
all the time.
behind. He made a shove. He made like a full house with like 4 or 5 or something. But anyway.
Very good.
for sure.
It's been a really good action, a lot of good play, a lot of fun setup hands, and sick turn and river cards.
Yes.
Exactly what we come to expect in Stones Live. I am here with kind of an ulterior motive. I want to plug tomorrow night's game.
Oh, okay.
It is a
5-5?
fantastic lineup. It's our normal Monday night 5-5 game. By the way, I know you guys are in the habit of seeing 5-5 no limit on Mondays. Beginning of the year, we're adding a Friday stream. We're making some other changes. One of the changes, the 5-5 game is moving to Wednesday, so every Wednesday night with the exception of the third Wednesday of the month, because you know what happens then. Veronica and friends. Yeah, so we're not taking that away, don't worry. She's the whole reason we have the show.
Which one?
Don't tell her.
The Stones Live or
Stones
the
Live.
Veronica?
Stones
Oh, okay.
Live. No, she is the focal centerpiece of the show.
Oh yeah, definitely don't tell her that.
No, sorry.
one tell her that.
Guys, don't mention it when she comes back, okay? So anyways, yeah, we got some really fun changes, but tomorrow night's game, great lineup, and as you already mentioned, Nat is coming back. We get a fun, rare appearance from Nat, who's probably one of the most creative live game players I've ever seen. I know you're going to get an opportunity to be in here in the booth with Veronica and watch it, so very excited for that. And 10 seconds to go.
Boom.
Here she is, almost like
Good
she had
timing.
this internal
Yeah, wow.
clock. And
10.
enjoy the show, guys. Here's Veronica.
All right, so that's awesome. So we're here tomorrow at 7 to 10 for the cash game Monday nights, which you mostly probably all know about. But yeah, we're getting back to it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be 8:16. No, maybe I missed 8:16. Maybe we're already at 8. Oh, we were at 8:16. I'm dumb. 10 and 20. 10 and 20,000, which means there are average stack right now is 30 bigs. So still some play. Some play.
I like having some play
Yeah. I like having some kid.
and play.
And oh,
Woo! 90s reference.
yay.
That box top haircut that they had.
Yeah.
Woo!
Was Kid the one with the big flat top, or was that Play? I think Play had the dreads. I don't know.
Kid, I think, had the big square top.
Okay. Yeah, and Play had the dreads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Speaking of Play, Bill W. moved to a new seat, so we can see everybody, I guess. I'm not really sure that was a good segue. Speaking of Play, Bill likes to play.
You are a master of literature
Yeah.
and
Look out.
wordsmith.
Oh, I like that, like, hook raise by Heath. Yeah, I'm gonna raise it. I haven't seen what H&N's hand is. Oh, perfect, well, I was gonna say perfect defend, but you can probably raise with this if you really want to. Alexa call.
We are heads up. Heads up, now tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Ace high flop. Connects with nobody. He's still ahead with a king. Although, how would you know it? Being out of position. There's the stare off. Did you see the stare off?
Yeah.
Love
I
it.
think maybe he was looking more at his stack. But HN does have the glasses on, so he's anti-stare proof.
Grinding Daily, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Oh my god, stop the microphone.
What's that?
Simmer down. We're here for you. Love us. Let us love you.
I feel like
HN, to me, and Bill are the scariest people at this table. I would hate to be Heath. I would hate to have HN and Bill on my left. Worst seat in the house.
wow. Like I think defending, no, I guess it makes sense.
Thank you.
You can assume that
so much.
that he's gonna be raising some aces from the small blind to the big blind.
I got my
Tournament
tea.
player is scary. Is it chamomile tea?
Chamomile.
Chamomile.
Camo.
Can you hand me that water over there next to the sneezy?
Can I
fingers?
actually have this water and you can have the colder?
Sure. Yeah.
I prefer lukewarm
Have at it.
because I'm a
Me too, but I'll take
You're
this
not
cold
Bob.
one. No, I'm not.
You just like lukewarm water. That's weird. Most Americans like a lot of ice and all of their fluids that they drink.
Nah.
I'm always like, when I was working on the nursing floors, it was always like, can you get me a warm blanket and ice water? I'm like, if you didn't drink your water with ice, maybe you wouldn't need so many warm blankets. I don't know.
What's up with the sound? Is it super loud? Is it all staticky? I think the crew is on it. If
JC Watchman says, I never let Bill sit to my left at the dinner table. Smart move. He'll steal the dinner rolls.
never let Bill sit. All right, reverb. We're echoing. I wonder what that's about.
Are you using too many verbs in your words?
I'm reverbing all over the place.
Right.
So it's sort of like regifting.
Reverberating.
Is that what we all do? We turn words that aren't verbs into verbs? We're
Like
reverbing.
F-U-C-K? Nikki, baby, how you doing? My darling.
How is the sound now? No echo here? Is it maybe just you, Granny? I'm not sure.
So HN
What's happening?
flops a flush draw, and
like
we
maybe
love
there's
it. In the small blind, he leads. Oh, Silver Surfer says no echo here.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Granny. Maybe, if you mute the stream, I'll do sign language from
We
now
have
on.
IT professionals in the house that said, refresh your stream. Have you tried
You're
restarting
turning it
your
off.
computer?
Yeah,
Have you tried turning off Internet Explorer or your internet browser?
There's some overlap, but I don't hear bass or screeching. Yeah, because you haven't checked out my new CD. Bass or screeching. That's actually what it's called. It's EDM. You probably guessed.
I did. I was spot on. And here we go, more cards in the
Here
air.
we go. 5 players left. The top 5. So the rule, at least as I remember it, is that they have to play for a certain amount of time, and then they are technically able to talk a deal. I personally hope they don't make a deal because I like seeing.
You want to be
poker.
here till 5 in the morning?
No, I mean, it's not going to take till 5 in the morning. Right now, the average stack is 30 bigs. It won't be 5 in the morning.
It will be.
Okay, fair enough.
It will be.
I
what?
think. Oh, am I guessing?
Yeah.
Well, they're not. They're
Guess.
totally going to chop for sure.
Okay.
I would say they're probably going to chop with like 3 players. Once, let's see if they played it out. What time is it? 11 today.
So
One
of the reasons I don't do tournaments is not because
maybe 3 o'clock. Maybe you're right.
I don't love tournaments. It's because I work in the morning, Monday through Friday. And on cash games, at least I can be done by 10. But 3 a.m., I don't know, you might have to have JFK in the booth with you.
Yeah. Somebody call Matchbox 20. Somebody got that joke. One person got that joke.
Probs nobody.
Stacked by then. That's fine.
When I asked
She's
for,
hosting the catch.
when I asked
not
for cream
playing.
and sugar, I got sugar with a little bit of tea. WS Watchmen, I feel like the Watchmen family needle each other a lot.
Yeah, I hope they
I have a
chop.
feeling it would be a really good Thanksgiving dinner with them.
Oh, yeah.
Needling, no one gets to sit on the left.
It's gonna be really
Bill
hard.
has to
It's
sit
really
at the
hard to
kids'
see
table.
that. It's really hard to see that when no one gets to sit on anyone's left.
Bill sits at the kids' table. That's what they do. And he tries to bluff the
They
kids
actually
out
have
of their
7
dessert.
separate tables, so no one's sitting on anyone's left ever.
It's a hard rule at the Watchmen house.
Ooh. Ace Jack opens, Raising Cane shoves, HN 364.
All in for 1 million.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't.
I mean,
His
really,
effective
it's,
shove is 364.
Yeah.
But still, it's a lot
It's
more
360.
dominating. If I'm gonna make it 360,000.
What do you think? Do we leave the 1 million? Should we always show effective stacks with the shove?
No, I mean whatever. I think that's a little nitpicky thing of a programming type thing that you would have to put in. Technically he's shoving all of his chips in, but he's only risking the 390. Maybe we should only do effective.
I'm just saying, it could be something we could look into.
At a glance, you'd be like, "Oh wow, he's shoving 1 million. That's a huge 3-bet."
Grinding Daily says show effective stacks. I feel like a lot of people don't take effective stacks into consideration. The shove looks huge, but in fact, he's only risking a third of it, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, like, his purpose of his raise is to get the guy to either call off all his chips or fold. In that particular case, wait, did HN fold ace jack? Yes, he did fold ace jack, 16 bigs. I think if you open ace jack with 18 bigs or 20 bigs and you get shoved on, you can easily fold. I don't see that being. I don't think you have to call off. I don't think if he's still at 16 bigs behind, I'm pretty sure you can fold ace jack. But I mean, 16 bigs is a lot of bigs, especially for like ICM. Calling off ace jack when 10K to first, but you're only guaranteed like 1,900 to 2,000. That's a big jump, 8K AP jump. Or like, obviously he's not gonna jump to that right away.
You want to hear a mistake I made today?
What?
I turned on my Lyman notifications again, and then I realized why I turned them off.
Oh, is that the live at the bike guy?
Yeah, I mean no longer, but
Oh, I don't watch live at the bike enough to have any clue who that person is. I've heard the name. That's it.
you know, I really like that show, and I really love Lyman. I called his sesh show a few times.
Oh, okay.
So pretty interesting. Last time I called his sesh show, has anyone in the chat was anyone watching when I called Lyman's show when Roger Bailey and I had a big blow up on Twitter? Did you watch that?
I did not.
Did you see my blow up with Roger Bailey?
I did not.
That was
like some
hilarious.
something we wanted to talk about.
Hilarious. I also won a year-long subscription to them.
Wow! Congratulations.
Yeah,
How much
I know.
is that worth?
I'm a chicken dinner. It's like $30 a month. I got like the premium platinum stuff.
What does that get you? Like a card protector?
No, like you get to watch all their videos and like all their educational
For live at
stuff.
the bike?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know they did that educational stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's not Jonathan Little, but
Ooh. Raising Cane getting saucy on the button. 10-6 at clubs.
grinding daily.
Wow.
What are you up to?
What happened there?
Why are you causing trouble? Stop causing trouble. Raising Cane raises to 55 in the cutoff. And it looks like he gets a caller out of HN with King Queen. Flop comes 7-7-5.
I thought you said grinding. Makes sense.
It's one of those hit or miss boards. I think it's a safe C-bet heads up. But then again, if you get called, so now he turns a flush. What do
So
you?
it's check,
not
flop?
gonna. Yeah, check,
I think
check,
you
flop.
can check. I think
it's
you can-
fine.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what's gonna call you?
can, yeah. It's not a really.
Pretty much anything that
Great
beats you.
flop.
Yeah.
If you bet that flop, it's not that hard of a call for King High, I guess. You could theoretically
I agree.
call. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. The ace turns, I think it's a good time to make a bet, but then, you're representing the ace. You also have a flush draw. I think that was a good. I think the turn bet was good.
Well, the turn bet's much easier because you have a pretty good. You're in a good spot. 10 high is not great, but yeah. Wow. So Raising Cane's got 40% of the chips in play, and Bill W is the short stack, which makes my top two pick for those guys 50% safe and 50% not safe, I guess. But you know what? Bill's gonna do some work right now.
Heath's hanging in there.
Heath is
And our wild card. Our wild card.
Wild card, yeah, raw.
Still in.
I really like, I like that Stones Live lets people put, whatever they want as their name.
Well, why not?
It's fun.
That's what the show is. The show is not like corporate America.
It's funny because I want to say like this is the only time in my life that I've ever said I'm raw, and I've said it several times tonight because that's his name.
Yeah. It's not like your Saturday nights with a hooker, like you're raw.
Hey, I wouldn't even say that out loud
Woo!
if that were the case.
Anarish HS says the band hammer is real tonight. Yes. Ghost of M, what's up? Nice to see you in the chat. Sorry guys, we don't like to time anybody out, but please be respectful of others here.
Oh, yeah. It sounded. Yeah, we got some new microphones, and they are
Sorry about that last scream.
all-encompassing.
Yes.
They would like to get all the sound. You know, this way you feel exactly what it's like to be in studio. I'm not actually sure what it sounds like.
I hope
on
you
your
can
end.
hear all the chips in the room.
I'm sure. Just the
It
steady
sounds sexy. It's sexy. Hi, Brittany. Brittany brought me my tea.
Oh, what a champ.
What game is that in front of us? It looks good.
Probably 1-2.
I
see blue chips. Big stacks of blue chips. It's
People
probably 1-2.
don't get how big our games are. When I play 1-2, although I haven't played in a long time, I make people put their chips in. It is unlimited hold'em, ladies and gentlemen.
Put your chips in.
Put your
You make
chips
them-
in. I have made people straddle $100 on a 1-2 game. I mean, I don't make them. I convince them. I don't make people do anything.
All right, so 3 people at 20 big blinds or below.
But Jay Watchman says World Series of Poker main event is dead, quiet, except for the chips. It's very weird. Yeah. Actually, I've walked through there a few times during the main. That is true.
Just any time you go in there during the WSOP, it's just like chips.
Except for the 2 p.m. $200 shit show. I mean, craziness.
Poop show. Vegas.
Poop show. Yeah, Vegas crickets.
Heath raisins.
To
All right,
55.
I like that. For a second, I thought he was limping. Could be
Okay,
an interesting
so,
spot here
you
with
know,
Bill.
we are down to 5 players. Your hand strength is going to go up. I like Bill's call here.
Heath is the second biggest stack. Betting into Kane's big blind though, so maybe.
Yeah, but
But I think it's a perfectly reasonable raise.
I think
Five-handed,
it's good, yeah.
You're gonna open a lot of hands like
You're
this.
not going to be able to sit around and wait for aces here at 5-handed. You have to play your cards. I think 7-6 is
It's a
fine.
fine hand.
Yeah. 2 diamonds actually, Heath. This is not a bad flop for you. And no one else connects. Bill's still ahead here with 4s, but
Yeah,
not
with the
that
4s,
much.
yeah, I don't think he's
Not
calling.
that much ahead. He doesn't have that much equity 3 ways.
I mean, we know Bill would have gotten a shove through. I don't know if that's
Heath,
a 3-bet shove with
I think-
10 bigs.
Heath bet 85 and takes it down.
I think you could make the argument for Bill to shove there pre-flop. 3-bet shove with 4s. And,
Bill,
you
yeah,
could
yeah.
also call and fold and maintain. He had 6 bigs, I think, or well, no, he called 50. He had like 8 or 9 bigs and pocket 4s
Okay, so
facing a raise.
under 10 bigs, it's always complete. Okay, is it? I'm gonna ask you. I'm not gonna live in absolutes. Is it, regardless of the action in front of you, you're shoving with any sort of
No.
70% of your range, right? It's always determined
I think
by
the action in front of you
action in
changes.
front of you. So
Yeah,
I feel like
for
those 4s were their strength were really reduced because of the action in front of them.
Yeah.
I don't blame him for that.
Fair enough,
play.
but you have 8 bigs and you have no fold equity anyway, so you're not really going to get any fold equity the next time.
I agree.
So next time you're shoving with whatever your hand is, you're
I'm
going to
just
get
saying
called
that-
by so much more of what people have, I guess. And
It's
4s,
100% a shove if there's no action in front of them. Unfortunately, because the raise, he just called.
he's going to have to get lucky at some point, right? He's going to
That's
have to shove
like it-
and get called. Okay. Something about a whore on Saturday night? Is that what you're going to say? Which is actually the name of the second single on
Your new
Bass
album.
and Screeching. My EDM album.
Jackass flop. Two clubs. I mean, I'm Rod. If he's going to be optimistic, he does have a backdoor flush draw. Checked around 7 on the turn.
Yeah.
Nothing really. I mean, this is a disconnected, like, besides the flush draw, king on the river. Everyone's going to take this with a queen.
Check, check. Gee.
Oh, yeah.
Boy. Oh, boy. All right, so Bill's got 5 bigs. Apparently, we have people in the chat spoiling. No, we're on a 30-minute delay. So,
You know, you and I can, like, look over and see the final table.
right.
Right?
Well, no, but some people in the chat would like to have a spoiler-free experience.
I agree. And please listen to Ghost of M because he's the boss, applesauce.
Yeah. Also, you know, no excessive symbols. Yeah. There you go. It's fine. Get a little emotional when it's your own son.
When all of your fathers are watching.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta make papas proud. Five bigs is tough because regardless of what you have, you're gonna see a run out, which is
JC Watchman says that WS
always been
Watchman
a
has
rot-
always been a rotten brother. I agree.
Wow.
I
We're
mean,
really
I've known
pulling
these
out-
guys since like elementary school. I can tell you the whole family is trouble.
Trouble.
Yeah.
Ooh. Kane and Heath get stuck in another position where they gotta play some hands against each other.
JC Watchman 16. It is 2017. Most of us say LOL, and the new one is LUL. FYI. To a flop. Raising King did raise to 50K, and he did get called. King high flop. This is not a horrible flop for Heath.
Yeah.
They both miss. I think this flop, like, nah, little. It's. I mean, it's disconnected, but I think it's more like it's more gonna hit Heath's range.
Heath decides.
He
to
does
bet.
need a 10, a queen, or a 9.
What's he gonna make it? Is he gonna make it like 80,000? I think. Bets 80 into 125. Queen high.
Although Viscount Owen, I think you've been around when I get mad about the LUL because it's not LUL, but it's like they changed it. People
Wow.
changed it.
King wastes no time calling. Pretty much calls 80K on the flop.
Check.
This would be really
Now,
weird.
if he may scoop this if he decides to
Heath
bet
might
it.
actually fold. I don't know. This is actually. I don't know.
Heath will. I think Heath's gonna fold this.
Well, let's see. He raised.
it-
He raised pre. He checked behind
On the flop.
on the flop.
So if he checks behind on the flop,
Just called the turn.
I would put him like on a 6.
I could see him having like a jack here.
Maybe. I think Jack would be very minimal. I think you have to call with a 9 here.
Ooh, wow.
That's a very exploitive fold, I think. I think you have to call the 9 because he checks flop, calls turn. I would think a 6, like checking flop, and I would lead with a jack maybe on the turn. I would think a jack would lead the turn.
But Heath led the turn. So a jack's not going to raise you. So he checked behind flop.
Oh yeah, sorry.
He called the turn.
Jack's
and then
not gonna raise you,
He
yeah.
bet the river. So I mean
I
that
think
could be a jack.
That one's difficult. That one's kind of like gray area.
Could be a jack in there. I don't think you could have probably not faulted him. You can think like he's opening pretty wide. He's the big stack on the button. But he's also opening pretty wide into your big blind, and you're the second biggest stack.
So tell me in tournaments that are 4 or 5 handed now, and you're hitting, a third pair on the river with the way came out. I mean, are you losing value by folding that all the time? I'm just saying, like.
Oh, I mean, I suppose. I think if you think, okay, he's opening the button, King Jack 6 rainbow,
And checks the flop. So he opens and then he checks behind.
Yeah, so I mean,
So
I feel like him
would
checking.
he see bet if he had a jack there? That's what I'm saying. I feel like the only thing you could,
I don't think a lot of people would do that. I don't think.
I feel like
people,
the
if you check twice to him, he'll probably bet a jack. So he might have been able to win that pot if he checked, because then he checks behind again and he bets the river and king folds. But because he elected to bet the turn with just a gutter, right? I think. So it's an 8.
he needed
No, not even a gutter.
he needed a queen,
No,
a
no, a
9,
10.
or a 10.
Yeah. So we did have a gutter.
That's what I like about these kinds of hands. If you could, like, break it down for hours.
I would, if you're genuinely curious about that kind of spot, I would definitely ask somebody who is better than me. But I think, like, if you know, what is it? He's raising a huge portion of his range because he's the big stack on the button and they're 5-handed, right? So he's checking behind.
Is he checking behind
He
a
might
jack
check
there?
behind-
Does he check behind a king there?
He
King and
probably
jack?
bets a king. He might check behind everything.
I don't know. Like, to me, the way he played it out, he only has a 6 there at best, and I'm calling with the
Or
queen
I'm
9.
yeah, so that's I guess. I see what you're saying. But what hands is he raising with pre that have a 6 in them? Ace 6?
Like an ace 6 suited.
That seems like one of the only like
Yeah,
a 6,
I mean, I think
7,
a 6 7, 6 9, 6 8 suited. He shoves all in on the button with a king queen, and Bill says yes. I want some of that too.
I call him from the big blind. We haven't seen what Bill has. He has a face card and a 4 or a 5 of hearts, something like that. So he's got Queen 5 versus King
that's
Queen.
gross. Dominated.
What would you guys say more like, Veronica?
And 5 in the window. Look at that.
Not too bad when you're drawing super thin. Oh, another 5. It's like
Lock it up, Bill. Lock it up. WS Watchman, obviously, he's Ron Burgundy, and I'm Veronica Corningstone.
oh, I was gonna go with 100 names.
See,
there's
the
whatever-
reason
what's the-
I went with Anchorman is because
You don't have to change your name, Veronica.
that too, but I don't watch Hunger Games,
Oh, I read
and
the
I
books.
haven't read the books.
I read the books, and
I'm not into those books.
the book
Is it good?
for books that target, you know, the teenage audience, it gets pretty dark in the 3rd book. Pretty dark.
I'm getting Lawrence Krauss's new book. That's my next book to read for pleasure.
I'm pretty sure. Do you read much fiction? 'Cause
So I used to. I read a lot of fiction when I was younger. A lot. And I'm kind of. I mean, if it's good, okay. So Gravity's Rainbow. You know, I'll attempt that. I started it, but it needs to be good.
So like Game of Thrones, none of that stuff. No,
Yeah,
no,
I mean, maybe.
I read all those. I read all the Hunger Games.
A friend of mine gave me 50 Shades of Grey, and I read like 2 pages, and I was just like, this is written by a 3rd grader, but like with the quality of the writing. But no, it wasn't.
Rich 3rd grader.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying like the quality of the writing. The quality was so bad, and then I didn't read all the, you know.
It's funny
all the
what
stuff.
people like and people don't like, because you know, in the same way that somebody can be like, "Wow, this is just terrible," someone else is like, "Oh, you know, it changed my life."
Viscount 01 agrees, and so does Emergency 24.
Father never taught me how to read. He was too busy final tabling poker tournaments.
Where has he been? Where has he been? Oud in a boot was the correct answer for where he's been.
Well, he's not Oud in 5th place.
He's not Oud or a boot.
Not yet. Only how to read. Just is fine. If you prefer. I don't know, dude. Emergems. Sounds like a fun thing to say. Emergems. Bill's up to 10 bigs. He's a short stack. HN. I was going to say close behind, but technically he's in front. So, great job, him. And your boy, I'm Raw. 20 bigs. 20 bigs.
Not bad.
Behind Heath and Raisin Kane, who have maintained the 1 and 2 spots for the entirety of the final table so far. As 10 minutes left in the 10 and 20,000 blind level.
Ooh, the hood is going up. Heath is like all business now, baby.
He only taught me how to fold
business.
Queen 6 suited.
He's laughing too. He's laughing. If you're gonna put your hood on, at least put some sunglasses
you know
on.
What? It's like cold in here sometimes.
It's cold.
And you
as
have
ice.
a hood. I have this dilemma sometimes. I'm like, if I put my hood on, like,
I put
because
too
I
much
want
time
to, and it's
into
like
my
comfortable.
hair.
Yeah.
I put too much time into
You
my
shouldn't
hair.
put hood.
I'm not gonna put a hood on. And then when I put it up, it's a big bun, and so it doesn't fit in anything.
Oh.
There's no hood that can hold my bun.
Gonna need a bigger hood. Heath opens with jacks. Probably not gonna get much action. Although Jack 10 seems like a hand you could maybe. Oh, that's a huge raise.
We call it huge.
Okay.
Huge. All my friends know it's a huge raise.
The best raise.
It was the best raise
He made
I've ever done.
100K? 80K or something? He
nobody's-
5x'd it with Jack.
Nobody's made a raise like that ever.
That seems like a
anyone's
value
life.
killing raise. Speaking of the Hunger Games. So I feel like I have a really big, not a gripe,
Oh, okay.
like about the Hunger Games. But I don't really want to like spoil it for people. So, wait, does it happen in movies? Still, the entire point.
Can I read the book in like a day or
It's
two?
an easy read, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that'll be annoying, but you know what? If I can get through it fast, maybe I'll do it like on a Sunday afternoon when I'm kind of
It's not that
feeling
bad.
lazy. Like I don't want to like noodle.
I enjoyed the books.
Data.
It's just a general idea that, like, the whole purpose of her volunteering to be in the Hunger Games in the first place. Have you watched the movies?
No.
All right, just never mind.
I'm isolated. The only reason I have a television is because my friends forced me. Society, yeah. My friends were like, "You're
Freaking
becoming an
society.
outcast, and we need to watch football when we're gonna come over and eat meatballs."
That's it. So, yeah.
So I'm raw calls, and then Heath puts in a healthy Heath-like raise, and he gets a quick call from I'm raw. So heads up now. Tell me, do you want to love me forever?
I like it.
Ace
Now
high
you
flop.
check back the ace. Almost. If you're gonna limp
Oh,
call
wow.
a raise.
I'm Roz. I
check
feel
the
like
ace.
plays pretty well, but they
Oh,
both
but
check.
he's smart enough to check behind.
Yeah. King on the turn, so they both have a pair.
I don't know.
Roz ahead.
I don't know. Heath seems pretty aggro, but I guess you got a bet here.
Do you want to keep Heath's?
Yeah, Heath has been pretty tight though.
Yeah.
Even with a 3.
I don't think you're gonna keep Heath's bluffs in his range. I think you want to try to get value out of like a king potentially or a 7.
Given the way that Heath has been
Probably
playing, maybe the way to get money from him would have been betting the flop, because he's not going to put you on an ace, and he'll call 1 bet, and then maybe you can check, and then bet the turn or bet the river.
Bet the river?
Yeah.
Mabes.
But I'd be interested to know like how many players in these and are like actually getting updates for from people
Oh,
at
from
home
their fathers?
texting, or,
From all of their fathers?
Watchmen's.
From all of
Are
the
you
Watchmen
guys-
crew?
Are you guys texting the info
Obviously.
to Bill?
Obviously he is.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he's texting Walmart, but it'd be interesting to know if that's the case, because like maybe some people would argue that it's you're not necessarily going to take this tournament that seriously, but at the same time, it is $10,000. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're not allowed to be on their phones or texting while they're in a hand. I don't know what Justin's talking to them about.
I think he might be letting them know that they're able to chop. They
If
might
they
have
want.
reached the chop potential hour.
Chipential?
Chipotential? Sure. Chipotential.
Chipential.
But yes.
We've reached our
The
chipential.
chop equilibrium. I was going to try to mix those two words. Chop quibrium.
Chocribrium, yes.
Chop.
Chomibium, I don't know.
Chimibium.
I don't know.
Chimibium, isn't that a country?
I'm
kidding. I have no idea.
not aware of Chimibium or their flag or their currency. It's probably crypto.
Yeah. Chimibium is a country that exists only in our minds.
In the center of the earth.
Yeah. So, yeah. 5 players left. I keep meaning to look at exactly what fifth is guaranteed, but I imagine it's somewhere in the vicinity of $2,000. It's $10,400 to first, and some change. $10,451 change. You've mixed the words. I would say this has gone somewhat passively, and it seems like nobody's really interested in talking to Chop. But I feel like if we get to three-handed, there's going to be something. Like Heath and Kane, they've got a bunch of chips. They might be looking at doing some kind of chip chop type thing.
Chip chop.
A chip chop. Doll hairs.
Oh, doll hairs.
Armpit doll
Arm-
hairs?
Armpit
Discount the buy-in's $300, limited rebuys for the first 6 levels, and we had 150 entrants or buy-ins.
Ernesto.
I gotta make my cameo.
There's 5 left.
Hi,
A hug cameo.
That is a hug-me-o.
Hug meo.
I feel like, what would our Brent and Veronica? Brent. We're Brent. We're officially Brent.
Brentonica.
Brent.
A little bit.
So it's getting to the point of the night where I'm a little tired. I'm
What
verklempt.
was in the tea? Apparently,
And now
that's the
things are
best
going to
way
start
to
getting
sneak wine
pretty funny.
into the booth.
I would love
Now,
some wine.
guys, now is where things start to get real funny. That's been good enough to cash. I think Viscount never put it past. Poker tournaments are weird. All kinds of people can cash them. Good people, bad people,
Can
medium
you guys
people.
change our name to just Brent? Brent.
Just one name
One
tag.
name.
Yeah.
Brent.
Where's what's his name? If he came back, he'd be very excited to see that we have a name, a couple names.
Yeah. Our troll?
Yeah.
Our troll got bored.
Yeah, he did. We're not very excited. What's the name?
Brent. Just one name, Brent. Like Brangelina, but Brent.
But I'm not amazing. Well, I mean, Stones has all kinds of tournaments. This is the most expensive regular tournament, 300. But every Saturday is a 120 with a 10K guarantee, which is a pretty great tournament. 30-minute levels. Every Saturday, pretty solid tournament.
Nice to see you.
And by the way, that's the first person that came by the booth that I think was also saying hi to me.
no.
Everybody else is saying hi. We share the same last name, Ray and myself. Yeah, Veronica. Well, they really kind of just went on their own way there.
Brent,
We said
they
neither
did.
of those names.
We did not
They-
choose any of
That
those
was
names.
an executive decision.
Brenica.
It was now Veronica.
Actually, I like Brenica.
Yeah, it works.
Well played. Well
Brentonica
played.
is yeah, so there's all kinds of tournaments. There's also like $50 daily tournaments. So you don't have to play the 300, but also
Whew.
if you win the Saturday
You
tournament,
get a seat to the
you
Sunday.
get a seat to this tournament. So It's pretty good. And occasionally, or at least once in the recent past, Stones did a
Brill.
300 tournament where you could buy in with player points. The player appreciation tournament.
Brill Grills and
So-
Harris Brent.
Harry Brent.
Harry Brent.
It's
Harry
definitely
Brent.
not
Sorry.
the first time
I
I've been
actually
called
need a new
that
prescription.
in my life. Hi to the shouter in the room. Yeah. Oh wow. I'm like behind here. There's a TV and they're showing the replay of the Crabtree Akeem Talib fight where. Wow,
Ooh, I missed that today.
So Crabtree got ejected, but Akeem Talib actually threw a punch. Although Crabtree's throwing punches too. So sorry. Got sidetracked
missed that
because
today.
when you see just like a crazy fight, I guess they both got ejected. That makes more sense. And Crabtree got a high five on the way in. Raiders fans, yeah.
Hey, I'm a Raiders fan. Leave me alone.
No. That's what you gotta like about the Raiders. Somebody's like, yeah,
We're the
high
Raiders,
five, ejected.
Oakland Raiders, from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. We're the Raiders. Don't hate. Don't
No,
hate.
I don't. Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing.
That's a song, man.
I know. I just didn't know that existed. I didn't know the Cubs song was a thing until they won the World Series and everybody was singing the Cubs song.
I was not
Go
singing
Cubs,
the Cubs
go.
song.
Oh, not everybody, but Cubs fans. So Kane is, slowly building his lead. He's now over 40% of the chips in play. Just happy to kick back and wait for some of these shorties to bust. Go Bill. Go Bill. The Watchman. Yeah, see, Bill Stephenson knows what I'm talking about. The Go Cubs Go song. Did not have a clue that was the thing. Until, it became a thing.
You never know it's a thing until it is a thing.
Yeah.
Is that what
Ooh.
you're telling us?
HN is shoving. Queen, I like it.
Under the gun.
What has he got? We were talking 30K. He's got 8 bigs or
So
something.
here in the small blind, I'm raw.
With that
Yeah,
8-7,
no,
I think you can fold that.
Ace 10. Ace 10.
Part of the reason why Queen 9
Ace 10
is...
of hearts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe. Part of the reason why I think you can... You're shoving Queen 9 here is because you make it that much harder for Ace 10 to continue.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like it. Yeah, Gagamba 7 says Ace 10 fold. Yeah,
Under 10 bigs, maybe it's a call, but he has what 255K, which what does Ra have? That's half of his stack. When you only have 15 bigs and you're trying to chip up, like ladder up to third, if he just chills, maybe he'll get third, no problem. I don't know. I don't think. I think you make an argument either way. I don't think. I don't know about completely wrong, but 16 bigs is a lot of chips. I don't know how many people
relative to the rest of the stacks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
no one's sitting on 100 bigs. And 16 bigs is playable.
16 bigs
it's
is
a
lot
playable
of chips.
amount.
16 bigs. I don't think you're as short as you think you are with 16 bigs. I mean, 16 bigs is a lot of chips in a tournament, I think. It's certainly more than 8 bigs. 16 bigs is a stack that's like foldable. That you have a lot. You still have 3-bet fold equity with 16 bigs.
I agree. I agree with 16. Yeah.
And I'm not even. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but I think 16 bigs is still a lot
I
of
think.
chips. So.
I would go to Jonathan Little on this one.
Did he raise fold Ace Jack? Yeah, right. Raise
Do
fold.
some people not consider it to be like a super short stack until it's like 10 or less bigs?
Yeah.
Right?
I think so.
I mean, how many bigs are you losing your 3-bet fold equity? Like 12?
I think you're on the borderline. with that in that area. If you're much shorter than that, if you start the hand with 16 bigs and you raise, and you're down to like 12, maybe. But yeah. I also think the other thing that you have to calculate, yeah, you're right, he's not necessarily going to win the tournament, but he's more likely to if you bust 6, I don't know.
So HN in the small blind, everybody's folded to him. I'm telling you that, I mean, the tournament's creeping up quickly, and he's all in. I like it. If you're sitting around and waiting for a really strong hand, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm gonna do something. And see how this works. I can't. I don't even know that you can subscribe to this channel. If you can, I don't think you're supposed to.
To what channel?
Yeah, to our channel, Stones Live. I don't.
Yeah, you can subscribe. What the hell, dude?
You can use your Twitch Prime thing. Do we actually have subs?
Yeah.
Oh, apparently you can.
Oh, you mean like subscribe, like
people
pay?
who pay a monthly fee.
Yeah. Well, not a monthly fee, but there are people who pay like. They like Space Mexican One. He bought like 500.
Oh yeah, those things for
cheer
sure.
points and stuff.
I'm gonna tweet out. Let's tweet out. Let's see. Hang on.
What are you gonna tweet?
The Ace Jack thing. So open.
If you make a good tweet, I'll retweet it. And maybe I'll at Jonathan Little. My bae. Just kidding.
Let's see, where there are 6 foot background is absurdly bad. Your background sound is absurdly bad. Yeah, the Twitch Prime sub you can use, sure. Stream sound is fine, but the loudspeaker is ridiculous. Oh, I see what you're saying. So the issue comes in when they call the names over the loudspeaker. Every other time it's reasonable. Turn off your computer and keep it up. Sound is fine. No, that makes sense. We're the mic situation is in flux. They're new mics, so we're testing the best way to use them. They've been moved around every time, so we're testing that out. But it's a good thing to keep in mind. Maybe what I'll do is every time they do an announcement, I'll just block it. I'm not actually going to do that, but hopefully it's not ridiculously loud.
I think I see like a Snapchat friend of mine who lives in Vegas, who's here. I have to see if he's here.
Wait,
I have to check his
in
Snapchat.
Stones?
Yeah, I have to check his. Let me check his Snapchat.
Okay, so I was going to tweet this thing out about the Ace Jack thing, but I want to make sure we don't miss any of the action.
Oh, Jeremy just snapped me, showing me that he's checking us out in Las Vegas. Very cool.
Oh, cool. Howdy,
I didn't
Jeremy.
hear if he said anything. Thank you, Jeremy. Maybe I'll snap Jeremy back. I gotta use a filter, Jeremy, because I'm hideous, actually.
Someone
Hi,
tell me
Jeremy.
there's a pretty filter on
This is the
Snapchat.
pretty filter because I'm
pretty filter?
hideous.
Yeah.
Hideous.
All right, keep it clean, chat. Stones Live Poker's putting his foot down. Let's all be nice to each other. I know that's literally
Children,
impossible.
simmer it down. Stop fighting. Raising Cane raises to 75. I'm raw. You know, the blinds are creeping up. The blinds are creeping out. Eventually, you have to just take a stand with a hand. They're having a little too much fun. This should be serious. There's too much laughing. Poker players should be miserable. And Raising Cane, I'm Raw, and Keith are smiling and enjoying life. Although there's a pulse in their bodies.
It's after midnight, so maybe it's just like inevitable that you've been playing a tournament for 12 hours.
Is it actually after midnight? Oh dear God.
Well, technically, as we're watching it, it's 11:38, but still close to it. All right, so I'm gonna tweet out opinion, open Ace Jack offsuit. facing a shove with 16 bigs behind.
Everybody's getting timed out in the chat. Everybody.
Yeah.
Ghost of M's not having it tonight, folks.
Yeah, just literally everybody. I like
Just
it.
everybody.
Indiscriminate.
Just timeouts.
Like timeouts.
This is recess, and all of you are being sent to the corner.
Yeah.
Everybody's folded to I'm raw.
I think a general rule of thumb for the chat is
Don't be an a-hole.
try to be productive. I think Grinding Daily is bringing up some interesting points. Like, so that we're talking about this before. In poker, there's a lot of different ways to do something, and they're not necessarily wrong or right. It's just, different, right? I'm gonna probably default
I
to the
feel
people
like-
who do this for a
so-
living before.
So, like, you're talking about everything being subjective. Are you just talking about poker? Because, like, there are like our objective things that we should do to maintain order, to be nice in the chat. I mean, like, an opinion, I guess, about a hand should be just cool because we're just discussing it. But objectively, we should all treat each other with respect.
Yeah, there you go. Boom. Respect. Okay, so I just tweeted out, make Grinding Daily happy. We're gonna get that Twitch Prime sub from Grinding Daily. So the tweet is, open ace jack offsuit facing a shove with 16 bigs behind, 6 players left, 10k to first, 6 guaranteed 1587. Is it a bad fold? We'll see what happens. I don't know who's gonna respond to that. Let me see. I'm gonna hit up
I'll retweet
my
it.
homies. Who's another good poker player? Let's see. Poker news. Bam. I tagged Doug Polk, Daniel Negreanu, and Poker News.
Daniel Negreanu is not going to answer you.
Yeah, he will. If he's up.
Like, he's never in his entire life responded to like a single anything. It's not like I stalk him, but once in a while.
Let's see,
Alex
let's see.
P. Keaton
We're gonna take side
asking
action.
me if I ever make it back to Reno for tourneys. I would. I haven't in a while because of my Monday through Friday gig.
What the heck
Noodling
phone
over
is
stuff.
this?
This is a new Note, man.
Jeez.
It's called Samsung, and it's
Called the
the
Giant.
best. It is giant.
How great is a phone
I can write on
that
it
can't
anywhere.
ever really fit in your pocket?
I
guess
don't
it
want to
can
fit it in my pocket.
All right, fair enough.
I want it to do good things. It's not about being in my pocket. It's about being out of my pocket doing good things. So we have a shove from Heath.
Nice, I like it. Heath
Proper
wielding
Feedback
the big
says
stack.
the Alex Keaton. Maybe because I think we're snap friends, Alex and I. We are not. We are.
Oh, Veronica tweeted
The
that Jonathan Little too. I like it.
bearded gentleman that is Alex Keaton.
Oh, that's him?
Yes.
Alex Keating
I
is
think.
his actual
Unless
name.
Keating. I don't know.
Right?
Unless he is a troll.
I don't think he lives in
that
Reno.
name.
Does he live in Reno?
But
he
he
does
might-
feel like
he
a guy
might
who
be
might live in
playing.
Tahoe.
He might be playing in Reno.
He plays all over the place.
So he's all in. HN, pocket fours.
Yeah.
He's folding.
I thought he
Bill
folded
folds.
much earlier than that.
In this part of the tournament, it's kind of like a shove fest, and I feel like jokes are required. Good jokes, not
Well,
not jokes on Laffy Tap.
take it easy on the kindergartners, okay? They're children. They're allowed to make cheesy jokes. I think.
Taffy jokes.
Theo. Or tacky.
Ah.
Anyway.
We're here all night, folks. Tip your waitress.
Heath is the second biggest stack, and these 3 players with less than 15 bigs are just looking for shove spots and probably not likely to call off while everybody else is short.
So, if everybody is tightening up, somebody should be doing that.
Well, the big stacks get to loosen up a bit and pick
But
up
are
all
they?
this extra chip. Yeah, I mean, he just shoved King
Yeah.
Jack. He 3-bet shoved King Jack offsuit. I think, if I'm seeing that correctly. And he's probably gonna open this hand. I don't know if he's gonna shove because the big that spot he can't really shove because raising kings is the big blind.
Proper 3-bet asks if 1-3 no limit hold'em / PLO mix for Veronica and friends. Actually, my next Veronica and friends will be an 8-16 Omaha high-low.
Oh, Bill shoves. Just in. Bill shoves king 5 suited as opposed
In
to
the
queen
small
5
blind.
suited last
Yeah.
time.
And it gets through.
And gets through.
So I will be doing Omaha high-low for December and January, and then February I will be going back to Hold'em.
Badoogie. Ever?
And with a very, very special guest in February.
Very, very special guest.
Pitter patter my heart.
Oh, you already spoiled that. We know that special guest.
What?
Stay tuned. If you weren't here earlier, I guess you're missing out. So Jerry Rice hops in the box. That's cool. Celebrity dealer, everybody.
Celebrity.
Lon McCarran.
Lon McCarran was in my last Veronica and Friends, and always a good time. And Chachi was the 10th player at the table. Chachi
that's
was
his
all
dog,
over
right?
the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chachi was like jumping behind me, jumping behind Azan, on the table, playing with Alicia. Chachi's a sweet little dog.
Great 10th player.
Lon McCarran is our poker room ambassador, actually, in this room. If any of you do not know that.
Yeah. I mean, does anybody not know who Lon McCarran is, right? Like,
There's not
He's here
a
a fair-
single,
yeah.
not a
No one
single
in the
poker
chat.
player.
oh, excuse me.
Not a single poker player doesn't know. I hate
Yeah.
double negatives, but
One of the really
every poker player knows who Lon McCarran is.
One of the really fun poker experiences I've had is playing 4-8 mixed games with Norman Chad. And this guy walked up to him and was like, "Hey, Lon, can I get a photo?" And it was pretty cool.
Poor Norman.
What's funny is Lon's here all the time.
Yeah.
And I've had so few interactions with him compared to my interactions with Norm.
And Norm lives in the East Coast,
Norm's
right?
But Norm is hilarious.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm sure.
Witty AF,
Yeah,
right?
Norm is hilarious. There's a lot of jokes he can't make on the ESPN stream, but yeah, he's hilarious. A lot of fun. From Pale to Brick. Yeah, it's one of the funny things about poker, or it's like sometimes you don't know who someone is. Imagine being somebody who like has to write about people and not actually registering who someone is. Like I saw like Jerry Yang before, and I didn't actually know.
We've all
who
played
he was.
2-5 with Jerry Yang. He's
Yeah.
like he was playing 2-5 on the regular at Caesar's Palace for a while, I remember. All in from HN, 255. I mean, blinds are 15,000, 30,000 with a 4,000 ante. I mean, it's
I'm
good.
pretty sure what's this, a 15? No, not a 15. 8 big shove?
I would prefer to shove with this ace-6 rather
think you
than
can
call
fold this.
call the shove. Yeah, I think it is
Well,
a fold. It's a fold.
You also don't want to double up people.
You don't want to double up people, and you do want your camera time.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're wearing a nice cream-colored sweater.
And you're smiling
No.
because you found our live stream on
Yeah,
Twitch,
this
and
could
then
be
you
you.
came here because of that, and then you made the final table. You're living the dream. There's really nothing better that can happen to this man.
The first person, by the way, to respond to it
Not
is
Negreanu.
Daniel Negreanu.
No way.
Because we play soccer together. He's not strangers. Positions would be big deal for this man. Small blind versus big blind is a bad fold. Under the gun versus under the gun. Holding is his fold.
So Negrano says it's a bad fold?
Well, he said position here. It's like I didn't remember the positions. I think my general thought
you
was
play
that it's,
soccer with Daniel Negrano?
I have played soccer. He
Wow.
wants me to be the goalie.
Is there a reason?
This is why I knew you would respond. That's why I tagged him.
Wow.
Bam.
Wow, sick brag, bro.
I know. Sorry. I do think it's funny that I think that he was the first one. I just assumed he would respond at some point. Name drop. Yeah, that's all we're doing tonight on the stream is name dropping. And we're about to have name drop Inception because I did have dinner. Well, okay, not with just Phil Humming, but he was just spending the entire time. He spent the entire time name dropping and showing us random videos on his phone of him hanging out with like Charles Barkley, and it was just like, there you go, name dropping Inception.
That is name dropping Inception. I like it.
All right. Well, Heath is creeping up on that million chip mark.
I'm telling you, my man Heath.
You picked. Who were your two picks?
Bill and Heath.
Oh, so we both had Bill, but we interchanged Raising Cane and Bill.
So we're free rolling Bill.
Now,
Yeah, sick brag, bro.
I had dinner this. Yeah, you know what? I think. Look, sometimes you just accidentally end up at dinner with Phil Hellmuth and Maria Ho, and then you meet Bart Hansen for the 7th time, and he still doesn't remember who you are.
Well, I mean.
But he's Bart Hansen, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Hellmuth also has no idea who I am. I'm sure.
No, he probably has a picture of you next to his bed, and he stares at it every
Hellmuth?
night.
Yeah.
And
That's where all that rage comes from.
Kisses it goodnight, and like pats it and says,
I
I'll
highly
be
doubt
here all night with you, baby.
Bill for the win. I honestly, for a second, I was glanced at that and I thought it said Bill WTF, and I was like, what did Bill do? What happened? What did Bill do?
Overreacting meter.
Yeah. Small blind. HN.
He just completes.
It's an interesting.
But wait,
meme.
so okay, before you get crazy, we've watched Bill exploit the small blind completion.
I
Bill
like it.
doesn't give AF.
I really like it. No, for
Done.
sure.
If I was HN, I would jam there because Bill all night was exploiting when what's his name? Who was in seat 8 earlier tonight? Salas. Whenever Salas completed the small blind, Bill raised him. So I wouldn't have done that. Watching
It's a
Bill all night.
fun race. And then he flashes him the king, which is really funny because we know that HN also had a king.
Proper 3-bet, you have had dinner with me. I mean, with a whole group of us.
Oh wow, she made sure to clarify with
Well,
the
I
whole
don't
group. I'm
want
just
I don't want people to think like, I'm
That you
having
guys-
romantic relationships with
proper-
everyone in Twitch.
proper Veronica 3-bet. I was trying to. How would you even make that into a name? I'm not sure.
Proper 3-Vero.
Oh yeah. 3-bet V. I don't know. It's more fun to say.
Proper Veronica.
Proper Veronica. Yeah.
3-betting all day.
They'll still think it. Yeah, fair enough. The fun part about people's thoughts is it doesn't make it real.
What? You didn't read The Secret?
I did not read The Secret.
Oprah
sorry.
Oprah should have been fired for that.
I'm sorry, like any book that's endorsed by Glenn Beck, I probably am not going to read it.
Or Oprah. Oprah, like, that was bad of Oprah. So, interesting podcast. You listen to Sam Harris?
No, I'm not familiar with it.
Okay,
The
so
name
Sam
sounds
Harris had
familiar.
a really cool podcast. If anyone listens to Sam Harris, it was great. Talking about like a thought experiment of who on the left would be the equivalent to Trump. Like, no matter how much they lie, they're going to still support them because they still believe in the cause. And like they were thinking Oprah would be the one. Like, she did all
Oprah,
that.
like lying?
No, but like Oprah led people to believe a lot of BS, like with The Secret, all those books, all that crap.
Isn't The Secret just about like a mindset?
No, it's like think that your thoughts can control the universe.
Oh, I mean, okay.
That was just a thought experiment. Let's not dive in there.
No, yeah, fair enough.
I'll
spend a
text
lot of
you.
time
I'll text you the
experimenting.
podcast. It's only 1 hour. It's actually really good.
Okay. Proper flight call. Let's see. Proper flight call. Heyo.
Proper flag call. Nice.
He's got a good
I
name.
like it. Under the Gun with Jax. Bill
This
W.
could get really interesting because.
Yeah,
like,
well, and he's blocking one of his jacks too.
well, I mean.
Wow, and he folds it correctly, but
Yeah, he would have
Wow.
definitely open jammed the button with King Jack.
I don't like the show. I don't love the show. I don't like giving anyone information. Raising Cane has 40% of the
But
chips in
Heath
play.
is over $1 million now. I wonder though, Heath has been shoving and playing other hands pretty aggressively. So showing a good one, I suppose you can just assume that if he's not showing you that it's a bad hand, I guess. I'm not sure.
Okay, so proper 3-bet, and anybody in the chat is interested. If you go to Sam Harris on YouTube, it's the author who wrote Fantasyland, and it's a really, really great podcast. It's only an hour. Like Sam Harris is usually 2.5 hours. So just YouTube Sam Harris Fantasyland, and it'll come up. I'm pretty sure it's Fantasyland.
All right. Well, there's 5 players left. 5 players. $10,541. 451. Sorry, I had that backwards. 10,451 to first. 63.85 to second. 43.73 to third. $3,019 to fourth. And every player remaining is guaranteed at least 2,167, which is called a Veronica buy-in. It's in your
American
ass-
Fantasies. American Fantasies. American Fantasies. Sorry, my bad. I think his book is called Fantasyland, but American Fantasy. No, maybe his book's called American Fantasy. But there you go. Grinding daily. Please fix your
Welcome
bot
back.
system. I'm getting really tired of getting timed out for 10 minutes for no reason at all.
Pretty excited that you stayed through it.
Grinding daily.
Also,
Baby.
by the way, I don't know if you
Linda.
heard, but Daniel Negreanu says it's okay. Not
It's
a
an
bad
okay.
fold. He also said position was a thing, and I did not remember the positions of the hand. So I don't know if that qualifies as us getting that.
And it
Twitch
may
Prime
make a
sub.
difference, like 9-handed rather than 5-handed, right?
At that point, it was 6, right?
Or-
So I did add the Pajam. But yeah.
So Bill W. under the gun with Ace Queen.
This has to be a show. I don't know why you would consider raising anything else.
30K to call. He's got 214K.
Yeah.
It's an
It's a
all-in.
show.
Yeah.
It looked like he was debating doing something else for a while. Somebody text him. Let him know that was the right decision. You can't really... I mean, you're going to call literally everything. So the only reason you ever do that is because you want to try to get somebody to shove over you, right? So you know, I got turned up trying to switch on. I mean, fair enough. I was watching people. All right. Well, he's standing up because he's just had such a hard time winning all the chips. And I think this is actually like a rare situation too, where we still have the table chip leader, Raising Cane, who came in with 845,000, who's still in the lead. He's been playing real tight, hasn't really messed around too much, has been, lucky to dodge like any sort of coolers and everything, and just keep
Grinding Daily. You know what? Grinding Daily is not a name, and we've got an all-in from Heath. Grinding Daily is not a name for poker. He just what grinds my gears? He's like Family Guy.
he's just
what grinds my
always
gears?
upset.
He's always mad.
Yeah.
He's just...
He shoves HN calls because you gotta. Bill, this is like an easy fold for Bill. Really easy fold. You're never calling. We'll see if HN can fade an ace or a 10, try to stay in this tournament. Man, will be Kyle Farnsworth. Farnsworth, wasn't he the guy that tackled somebody who charged the mound? He just full on just tackled him. He was the Cubs pitcher, right? I think that was who that was.
He's for 5.
Now
Ace
you're
is still
dodging
ahead.
a 3, an ace or a 3. HN can't feel great about that flop. Oh, okay. Well, he certainly hates the turn, but a 3 gives him a chop. An 8 still gives him the win, and it doesn't happen. HN is out in 5th place for 23.
And my horse picks up some more chips.
Yeah, Heath is in a good spot. Now we just need Bill. Bill to pick it up.
So far, though, you and I are still like our
We're still
horses
live. We're drawing lines.
Yeah.
Fine, good luck folding ace jack in the next turn. Yeah, very. That's fun.
Grinding daily. You're so cute when you get irritated.
Isn't that just like his default mode?
I bet you clean too. I bet like your house is really clean
know
because
what's
you're
really-
pissed off and cleaning all the time, and like laundry and all that stuff. I think that's cute.
Wait. Like spite
Like-
laundry?
Yeah, spite
Like hate-
laundry,
hate laundry?
hate cleaning. Like I made a 7-course meal because I'm so mad at you.
That sounds like the kind of person I'd really like to know. Like that's how you get mad at people.
I know someone
Course meal.
cleans when they're angry. Like that bitch. I'm
Nobody's
gonna clean.
saying it's bad. I think you misunderstood. I don't think it was meant to be an insult.
I like it if he gets mad at it. I think it's cute.
So Heath.
You know, you really like someone when like you find their grumpiness cute,
Oh sure, yeah.
right?
Agreed.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that like
I
some
love when
kind
you're
of
grumpy. It's just
weird
so cute.
cliched statement where they say like, oh, if you like the worst parts of people, then then you meant to be or something.
Like when they
some
fart and you're
crap.
like, oh.
Yeah, I don't
No.
know many people who do that.
No. Just joking.
Maybe the first time. Like you've been together for a long time, and that sounds like a weird thing that somebody might bring up, where they're like, "Oh, it's the first time you farted in front of me," which might be
And
like
then it
way
happens
too cute.
like 40
yeah.
times a day, and you're like,
Yeah, and then you hate it. Yeah. Finding Nemo.
What are we talking about? King high flop, and Bill binks a king. Raising king picks up second pair, and Bill checks. Raising king continues the madness with 75k.
There's not a world. This is okay. So we're talking just like randomly about like multiverse. In no universe is Bill folding this hand.
So Bill jams. Like there's no multiverse being.
There's no
being
part of the
created.
multiverse where Bill folds that hand.
Yes,
That's
there's
always
like
being
there's
called.
like
Or
infinite
should.
number of Bills shoving right now.
Yeah, exactly. All right now. In
All
this exact
at this
moment.
example, except for the Bill that decided not to play tonight and is
Oh, that's
eating
true.
dinner
The
with
Bills
his
that are
family
in the tournament.
and sitting on the left of all the watchmen.
Yeah. In that universe, he's allowed to sit on the left because he doesn't play poker.
Because he doesn't.
Or in the many of the
he's,
universes where he doesn't play poker.
He's the CMIO of a big corporate office.
Oh, congrats to that Bill. Great job.
Oh wow! And,
Yeah,
and
he's
Raising
got-
Cane. I mean, I don't hate
Can't really
that
fold
call.
after he
Yeah.
bets.
Yeah.
It's he bets. He's kind of has to call. He's got maybe he doesn't have to call. I don't know. But that's grinding daily. That was supposed to be a little tongue in cheek, but it wasn't supposed to be like mean. Billiam. Is that what they call him at the stock exchange? Billiam Watchman. No help for Kane on the turn or the river. William gets. Why did he bet so big on the flop? That has happened a few times. I didn't actually see the exact flop, but it looked like he only had to call like 100. So maybe he was trying to bet like half of Bill's stack. I'm not 100% sure. Bets big.
I love when like the tech people come to the front to give us messages.
Oh, what happened? Did you just
I
get
can't
sent-
tell you.
Oh.
There's a reason why like tech people give us messages because they're like secret messages, man.
Oh, secret messages. I'm not. I didn't get this in big bet size. Yeah. I didn't actually see it, but I believe that was probably maybe just bet the pot, thinking that Bill's gonna fold. I'm not really sure. I agree. He put himself in a position where he has to call if he shoves over. When you bet 75 into 75,
yes.
and he only has like 200,
Yes.
you're gonna have you can't really fold.
Especially with a pair. With a
Yeah,
pair.
exactly. Well, we'd hope we were not betting the pot with nothing.
Would a check there be better?
Bill
check back?
check him behind. Sure, because you almost want
It's a little bit of
Bill
pawn
to
control
bet-
to check there, right?
you have second pair. Like
Yeah.
it's not you're not in a bad spot.
I think I would have liked to check there on that flop.
Some people shove there, but it's like you're only ever getting called
by
winning as a
what
king.
beats you.
Yeah, I know. It's an interesting, weird kind of spot, I guess. I don't know,
I
but
like
20
interesting and weird.
I don't know, bet 20 full raise, 4 combos, 10 nines. Ooh, I'm wrong. Nice little. So Bill makes it 75,000 on the button.
I love like
It's super
There's so-
short. Like
there's so much anger in our chat today. Gentlemen, I'm assuming you're gentlemen. You may not be. Gentlemen, calm yourselves. Sit down. Be
Miles
humble.
getting short there. Almost kind of interesting to see a defend there. I guess you only have 10 bigs, so maybe you can't really defend 5-4 of clubs to a raise. But now Bill has 20 bigs, and we're in 4th position, so he's actually putting some pressure on the shorter stack as well.
Talca22, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Nice to see you. I think everyone's angry.
Swimming pools.
And welcome. Enjoy yourself. I'm not. I mean, I'm not
Yeah,
angry.
we're gonna have the first ever judgment. I'm not angry.
Brent isn't angry.
I don't really get angry. I get angry about like specific things, and it's
Racing Cane on the button,
and
pocket
they're all
deuce.
dumb. Every time I get angry, it's really just dumb.
He's putting in a little raise. Looks like 80.
80,000. What's that? 4x? Right? No, not 4x. Never mind. We're at
So the
1530.
big 1530 with a 4K ante. So little 2.5-ish.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like 8-7 can totally be a defender, but everybody's tiptoeing.
Yes.
Not really looking to give up chips unless, at least not very easily. So, 4 players left. First is 10,500, 400, 451. I did that again. All players guaranteed at least $3,019. That's the 4th place finisher.
I'm really past my bedtime.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so half of the stream is going to be Veronica just sleeping.
Look at me.
And half of me is
Trying
going
to
to be
stay awake.
me trying to read all this random stuff in the chat. And there is a
Proper
solid
3
emotion
bet
to
says
keep bottom.
anger.
Now the chat's getting sucked. But now it's fun. Awesome.
Anger is a solid emotion that should be bottled up for years. You sound Polish. There's a reason my Twitter handle is Angry Polak. We don't talk about our anger. It's
We
like
don't
Fight
talk-
Club.
And then boom, aneurysm.
And then boom, or blow up at Thanksgiving.
Boom Aneurysm is the 3rd single from my CD. Boom Aneurysm.
I don't see how the microphone from the floor is any louder than my laugh. There's no way.
No, you're
my
probably
laugh
right.
Might be
something
blowing
with
out
the-
someone's eardrum right now.
It's weird how that, like a mic into a mic kind of sound is just weird.
So Heath raises to 80K with pocket deuces. They're going around, obviously. And now Bill is looking at King 10.
Wow,
Not a
Bill's
bad
got
hand.
himself some of them plaques. It's only 50K to call. It's a completely reasonable defend from the big blind under normal circumstances. With 20 bigs, it's probably a completely reasonable here as well.
King 10
Wow.
deuce.
And wow. If there is a world where Bill doesn't lose all his chips here, this is the biggest setup flop of all time. Wow. Bill is probably going to be thinking like, holy crap, I love the fact that you
Live
just bet
poker's rigged, ladies and gentlemen.
150. I believe that was the bet. 150 into 176.
Biff Stephenson hasn't perked up like
That's a
this.
hell of a bet.
Yeah, this is.
And then he goes all in and he's going to get snap called.
Yeah.
Like you can never, there's not a world also that there's not a world where Heath is ever folding either.
Of all the multiverses.
Yeah, that doesn't, there's
All
not one
of them are calling. That Heath
Holy
is calling in
crap.
all of them, right?
What insane turn of events here. Bill really did grind it up and push himself into fourth, but he's
And my two
against
horses
the
are
ropes.
heads up now. He needs a king or a 10,
Yeah.
and we
Well,
can
Bill
see the
was
true
half
outs.
of both of our things.
We can see the
It's
true
not,
outs.
not happening, most likely.
Well, thanks, Moto, master of the obvious. It's not happening, most likely.
I know. Well, you know, you can't. I didn't want to say it's not happening and then smack the king on the river.
If you could say it just a little more monotone, that would really just seal it for me. Just make me happy.
Bill's
so
out
Bill's
in
out.
fourth, and it's 3,019 of the dollars to Bill.
Proper 3-bet says, first things first, this flop is the illest.
Yeah, that
is
flop
true.
was sick.
Um,
I mean, that is unfortunate. I think King 10's totally reasonable to defend. 20
Yes.
bigs. Maybe,
think-
you know, you can make a case for folding, I guess, with 20 bigs.
how much
but,
more perfect could either of them play that
But yeah,
hand?
the premier.
It's fine.
The premier flop
It was
for
a
King
setup.
10 is King 10 deuce. That's pretty much the premier flop.
That's the solid goal.
Yeah. Oh wow. Is that the legit end?
Are we ending here?
Okay,
are
so
are we chopping?
We got word that there was a three-way chop, which I think I said three-way.
Which
maybe?
makes me happy because I get to
Yeah.
go home and go to bed.
Because they
and,
knew Veronica was falling asleep.
and I get to talk to my succulents and say goodnight.
Let's see.
Three-way.
Heath.
Okay.
Wow.
Heath, my man, Heath.
Heath
picks
got
out,
most of it.
most of it, 8,700.
Plus a seat to the next
Yes.
end of
Raising
break.
King. Got 7,400 and then some change. And then I Am Raw.
Wow, that's not bad. I
Yeah.
picks up 5K.
Just over 5K.
He's gotta love that spot actually, because what was third?
Third place. Oh, so
what would have third
we've
have
lost.
been?
We've
Okay,
lost what
so
the payouts were.
Fourth was 3,000, so he probably made an extra 1,000
Yeah.
for making the deal there. And you know, props to Heath and Raising Cane for letting him, you know, get that extra 1,000, I guess.
Yeah. So good final table. We really enjoyed it. Tomorrow is a 5-5 no limit hold'em, just a straight cash game, and we
Straight cash,
love
homie.
it. We love it. I love the cash games. I can't wait to get back tomorrow. And
this
one
is
of
fun.
my favorites. Hold on while I talk about Nat. One of my favorites, Nat, is in the game tomorrow in the 5-5 game. I'm super excited. Can't wait to see you. 7 p.m. See you tomorrow.
Pacific time.
Don't say specific.
Pacific.
Thank you. Bye.